In the order of Harmon, Joe, Kevin, Traven. Harmon, you can do a recap from last
Oh
session.
shit.
So please, yeah, please do.
Go.
I know you were very heavily invested in last session, and you played a very large role in it. So please,
Dude, I fucking did. Don't you sass.
did you? That's fine. Go ahead. I'm ready. I'm
All right.
excited.
So, wait, give me 1 second. I'm eating a piece of chicken.
No, you're not allowed. Right now.
What? No, I'm
Trying to buy seconds of time.
Just
eating
trying
my
to-
thing.
Oh, this is just great.
Okay. So, a beautiful young woman named Buttercup lives on a farm in the fictional country of Florian. Wherever she orders the farmhand Wesley to do chores for her, he complies and answers as you wish. She eventually realizes they are mutually in love. He leaves to seek his fortune so that they can marry, but his ship is attacked by the dread pirate Roberts and Wesley is believed dead. Chapter 1. 5 years later, Buttercup reluctantly agrees to marry Prince Humperdinck, heir to the throne of Florian. Are nobody gonna stop me?
No, I'm
No,
not gonna
just
stop.
keep going. Keep going.
Before the wedding, she's kidnapped by 3 outlaws: a short Sicilian boss named Vizini, a gigantic wrestler from Greenland named Fezzik, and a Spanish fencing master named Iago Montoya, who seeks revenge against a six-fingered man who killed his father. The outlaws are pursued separately by a masked man in black and Prince Humperdinck with a complement of soldiers. The man in black catches up to the outlaws at the top of the cliffs of insanity. He defeats Iago in a duel and knocks him unconscious, chokes Fezzik until he passes out, and kills Vizzini by tricking him into drinking poison. He takes Buttercup prisoner and they flee, stopping to rest at the edge of a gorge. When Buttercup correctly guesses that he is the dread pirate Robert, she becomes enraged at him for killing Wesley. Distracted when Humperdinck and his men appear in the distance, she shoves him down the hill into the gorge and wishes death upon him. As he tumbles down, he shouts, "As you wish!" Realizing he is Wesley, she throws herself into the gorge after him and they are reunited. Wesley explains that Dread Pirate Roberts is actually a title passed on by subsequent holders, and he had taken the title as the previous Roberts could retire. They pass through the dangerous fire swamp inhabited by giant rats, but they are captured on the other side by Humperdinck and his sadistic vizier, Count Rugen, who is revealed to be Iago's father's killer. Buttercup agrees to return with Humperdinck in exchange for Wesley's release, but Humperdinck secretly orders Rugen to lock Wesley in his torture chamber, the Pit of Despair. When Buttercup expresses unhappiness in marrying Humperdinck, he promises to search for Wesley. However, his real plan is to start a war with the neighboring country of Golder by killing Buttercup and framing Golder for her death. He had hired Vizzini to kill her for that same purpose. Meanwhile, Iago and Fezzik reunite with Humperdinck when Humperdinck orders the thieves arrested in the nearby forest, and Fezzik tells Iago about Rugen. Iago decides that they need Wesley's help to get into the castle. Buttercup berates Humperdinck after learning that he would never try to find Wesley. Enraged, Humperdinck imprisons Buttercup in her chambers and tortures Wesley to death. Iago and Fezzik follow the cries of anguish through the forest. They find Wesley's body and bring him to a folk healer, Miracle Max, who Humperdinck has recently fired. He discovers that Wesley's only mostly dead, due to being sustained by his love for Buttercup, and revives him in a state of heavy paralysis. After Wesley, Iago, and Fezzik invade the castle, Humperdinck panics and orders the wedding ceremony shortened. Iago finds and kills Rugen in a duel, repeatedly taunting him with his greeting of vengeance. "Hello, my name is Iago Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die." Wesley finds Buttercup, who's about to commit suicide, assuring her that the marriage is invalid because she never said "I do." Still partly paralyzed, he bluffs his way out of a duel with Humperdinck, and they flee the castle. Wesley rides away with Buttercup, Iago, and Fezzik, both sharing a passionate kiss with Buttercup. The end.
Now tell the recap from our last D&D session.
Ah, fucking shit. I just read the entire plot synopsis of the film The Princess Bride. You're not going to give me a pass?
As much as I admire your
Bold
whatever that is,
storytelling.
you do have to.
All right. This is harassment.
Ooh.
I'm just still
Leolas.
looking up stuff on the side for you, Kev.
Anyways, we
Okay.
were going on an adventure to basically people needed our help, and we were going around to go help them. And we stopped in the town of Buck Wallace, aka my dog from Minecraft that Max murdered.
Interesting. Okay.
We all kind of went about our own thing. Alice and I went looking at stalls. Kevin and Joe went and did their thing. So much shit happened this past week, and I can't think.
What did Joe and Kevin do? They actually split up and did separate things.
I know they
What
did.
did we do?
Joe got kidnapped?
Mm-hmm. Kinda.
Kind of. Didn't he
Not
go to like
really.
a bar and get kidnapped? Or like he got taken underground and we had to go find him?
He was kidnapped by a cult of the Forgotten God.
Yeah, that.
Don't help Harmon.
Come on, Draven. Yeah, let
He's
him-
struggling. It's like
Dude,
watching a dead puppy on the road.
Yeah,
I can't help
I was about to say, dude,
No.
I'm a fish out of water.
When you cannot think of anything else, then someone else can pick up the slack.
I think we found Joe.
Okay.
Based on the fact that our 4 emblems are together, I'm gonna say we found Joe.
Oh man,
Dude, I was out of it last session, I'll be real.
a blissful
Somebody
life.
Why
pick
do you
up.
say every session, Harmon?
This is not every session. Some.
Oh.
Somebody pick up the slack.
Traven,
Traven, hand
gotta
off.
pick up the slack from the die.
From the what?
The die.
The die
Dylan
for
just
the die.
re-rolled. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
You gotta pick up the slack.
I just helped the puppy, and now I'm expected to pay the medical bill.
Yeah, we rolled a die and you got unlucky. You can
Yeah,
blame
exactly. I
Harmon.
had to pay the fucking medical bill.
Yep.
All right, where the hell did this
Stop.
puppy? What happened? Is this puppy? What? Where did he leave off?
We found
basically-
Joe.
He basically skipped most of the session and talked about the very end.
All right, so I'm gonna go off of the fact. So basically, what ended up happening was that Barthon was kidnapped by the cult of Cookie Monster, and then we all went up there. But then what ended up happening was that while that was going on, the rest of the group ended up going to the Church of Kermie, where we're being solicited by a shit ton of Kermie followers, which were all frogs and toads, of
Yep.
varying sizes and color and greediness. So besides that, we all started asking for certain amounts of gold and everything like that. Alice was just all strutting up in there with her big old pockets, and all the toads and frogs were like going after her, increasing their prizes like tenfold. Alice was getting real tired of her shit, so then she prayed to Kermie, and Kermie answered. He came down, it was like, "Sup, bitches," and gave Alice a discount. And then he's like, "Okay, you know what? While I'm here, because I don't get called, y'all come on with me. We're going on a field trip." And then he took us out of the church, and then we all went to the bar that Barthon was originally at. And the bouncer, whose name I don't forget, whose name I completely forget, but really doesn't matter because he was shoved through a wall anyway. He just gets tossed by Kermie, and then we all walk in, and then he leads us down to like this cellar. What was it? It was like, you didn't give like an accurate, so I'm assuming there's like stairs or something that just lead it down.
Yes. There were stairs that led down.
So we go down these stairs, and we just see Barthon all tied up, and we see all these little fugly blue furry
He was-
eyeball.
He wasn't tied up anymore at that point.
Oh, it wasn't? All right.
No, he was just blindfolded.
Barthon's just sitting. Barthon's just blindfolded and sitting with his legs crossed and drinking some tea, while all these other ugly, furry, cloaked, googly eye fucks are burning a picture of Kermie in this hole. But it isn't actually burning. It's just continuously like on fire, but not actually sustaining any damage. So that was cool. Then they're like, "Hey guys, you want to join our cult?" And we're all like, "I don't know." And it's like, you can join, and then Kermie will hate you, and you won't get anything. But you can join our cult. And we're like, "Nah, thanks, man." And they're all like, "You sure?" And it's like, "Yeah." It's like, damn. And then they all left. And then we got Barthon back.
Yeah.
I also remember something. I remembered something, Dale.
hmm
Near the end, there was something about there was going to be an ultimate battle one day between the Forgotten God and Kermie
Oh, that's not important.
to decide the fate of the universe. because I remember being hype about Cookie Monster fighting
That's not
Percival.
That's not important. I don't know what you're talking about. You should put that in the back of your mind for a later time. But besides that, I actually do not remember anything that happened after that. So is that actually where the session ended?
That's
I think it
basically
was.
yeah.
Because
Well,
we were told
okay.
about the impending battle.
We
Back of your mind.
made our way to the castle. Like we were basically standing outside. The game was put on pause, and that's where we're picking up today.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Oh, and Alice and Mimpy went to go to a theater, and Alice was happy.
Oh yeah, we saw the puppet show. Not puppet show. It was a bunch of frogs. What was it?
Alice
No.
saw the puppet show.
Frog and
then
Toad
It
conquer
was
the holy.
Frog-
saw Frog and Toad
Yes,
conquer
it was
the.
Frog.
No, it's Frog and Toad. Crusade. I sent a meme for it.
Yeah, it was like frog.
Yeah,
and
that's
Toad.
what the meme is. It's Frog and Toad
Conquer
conquer the Holy Land. That's
Yep.
what it is
Okay, there we
based
go. All right, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, because
A lot of blood, a lot of bloodshed, a lot of heads
Alice
being
was really
decapitated.
invested
It's
in
great.
it,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
and I had to convince her to go into the theater because she didn't want to, and she
Yes.
loved it.
Yeah.
See, I did do something last session.
I was gonna write a story about it, but I decided to just improv a play
Oh,
for effect. But
about
um,
these two toads just straight up murdering all these heathens.
We love devising theater.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So
Let's go
squad
theater.
is outside of the castle, the small castle that's in the middle. There's a bunch of guards surrounding. To describe, you're kind of surrounded by some market stalls. Also, nearby, Kevin, you can see the various shop people you've spoken to last
Yeah.
session.
Yep.
And just to re-describe the castle, it's not incredibly large, but it's very well defended. Every couple feet, there's another guard kind of circling around the edge of it, and it's out right in front. Kevin, you'd spoken last session to the guards,
Mhm.
explained why that you're going to talk to Leolis, and so are we interested in going in, or is there something else you guys want to do around the town first?
I'm ready to go in.
Yeah, I would probably want to go in as well at this point. I've done my fair bit of stall shopping.
I saw a play. I'm good.
Never thought I'd up side by side with the furry. What about side by side with the friend? Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's great. So, you the group of you enter the castle, and you very much unlike the other regal places that you've been to thus far. The castle is very plain. It doesn't have very much ornamentation as you enter into the general hall. All the different colors are kind of muted. It's very clear that the person who lives here is not very opulent. They're not very concerned with that kind of stuff. An advisor of Leolis approaches you with some paper and scrolls in hand and says, greetings. I've been waiting your arrival for quite some time. I was told that you'd be on your way after a couple days, and well, we've been waiting a few hours, so I'm really excited. Leolis had some pressing matters to discuss with you, if you wouldn't mind following me.
Yes. Then lead on the way. We were just a little preoccupied by taking a look around your wonderful town.
You
Oh,
guys
yes.
have a cult problem.
Well, the Temple of Kirby is not a cult, but I appreciate your concern.
Oh no, I would not say
anyways,
anything in bad name of
I
Kirby.
I hope that you enjoyed your time in the town so far. We try and keep things a little bit upbeat, try and keep business flowing, and that's part of why we need to talk to you guys.
Oh.
Boy.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, he begins walking.
We proceed to follow.
We're just gonna straight up ignore the fact that okay.
Yep. Don't even bother trying to question it. Let's just go with it.
Okay.
And so he begins to lead you through the various halls in which you can see various cleaning staff kind of working. And you also notice that even on the inside, there's a large amount of guards, probably about double what was in the King's Castle in Rubrica Basilensis. And as he's leading you through this castle, he looks back and says, well, we've actually had some issues, and we know that you guys are all about like solving problems and stuff like that.
Are we though? Are you?
Well, that's what the king has told us, is that you're essentially meant to help fix those small cracks in each of our.
Remediate some issues here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those mediator is a good word. And he says, we've actually had a string of murders lately. We don't really have too many crimes happen here. And while murder would be a large deal in itself, the circumstances of them are a little bit more cause for concern than traditionally.
Are they cruel and unusual?
You'll see. The Lord will escort you to the room in question, but
okay.
he finishes talking, and you travel the rest of the way through the castle to a small study where you see Lord Leolis is at. The Nigel Thornberry-esque person that you met before, both the arms on.
Oh no.
And as you enter, he looks up from the paper he's writing on and says, it's been a few days since I've seen you. How was your journey?"
Pretty good.
Pretty rough. We've had quite a few encounters here and there. Some questionable.
Hold 1 second. I'm sorry. I need to send this.
Did you find another meme? Oh my!
I thought you were laughing at the fact that I said pretty good after Kevin, and Kevin went, it's been kind of hard.
No, unfortunately, but if anyone wants to look at that last image.
You're not. This is not wrong either. There literally is.
He has no catcher. Just we have a mystery on our hands, but we can't say anything besides that.
I mean, technically it works. We have a mystery on hand, gang. Somebody caught the mystery machine on fire. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, you just have some questionable folks here and there in your town, but overall it is.
What do you mean?
Well,
you have a cult problem.
I assure you, the Temple of Kermi is not a cult.
I don't want to fix that because I love
talking about the Temple of Kermi.
Oh, no,
I love the fact that their first thought is to just go to the Kermi.
Like the Temple of Kermi, the folks there, they must be wonderful people, but there's some more pressing matters of who we consider the cult following. They're underground people, we'll say.
Underground people. He kind of like dashes a quick like glance over at Barthon and says, "What do you mean by underground people?"
They wear these blue furry cloaks, and then their eyes don't look in the same direction.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, that may actually be connected to the matter that I need to discuss with you. So you may you may be investigating them, and in fact, you've piqued my curiosity.
Jinkies.
You know, this is just giving me vibes of like RuneScape, the ham cult or something like that.
Yeah, that was actually one of the things I did.
Humans against monsters.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So he says, that's rather concerning. We haven't really had any cult issues. I know some people are put off by the salesman nature of the Temple of Kermi, so that's why most people will think that. But that's beside the point. Praise Kermi.
Praise Kermi. Actually, I'm sorry. Praise Electra.
Never. Well, okay.
Never
and
heard
Heretic.
Dude, I gotta
he
remember.
says, "Look, I'll go straight to the point. There's been some murders happening lately, and
yes.
I think it's better to show you." And so he stands up and he begins to walk out of the room, and he says, "Just follow me real quick."
Roll.
Fucking Alice, stop.
I fucking love Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
And so he takes you a little bit further into the castle and opens a door that is like a winding staircase down, and he takes a torch off of the wall and begins making his way down. And as he reaches the bottom, there's another door, and he opens it with a key, and you see that there are a few tables with bodies on them. Each of the so let's actually have an investigation check. Well,
I'll investigate.
Okay, go to investigate. I'll just have the general room while you roll that. It's a rather small room. You seem to be like it may have been a medical bay at one point. But on these tables there are 4 tables. Well, there's 6 tables with 4 bodies on 4 of the tables, and each of them kind of have a cloth over it. Oh my God! It keeps.
Harmon, you do it. Come on, Harmon, continue the chain.
Please help.
Wait, what?
Help.
Roll investigation.
Roll investigation.
Oh my
I
God!
just want to
You
see.
guys.
We're going to Joe's course, but regardless, but
Hip.
Come on. Get lower than 5.
Oh!
so
I got over a 5.
No, lower than a 5.
Eolus takes like one of the cloths off the bodies, and Barthon, as you kind of approach and study it, the body in question is a human male, and remarkably, there's 2 distinguishing features. The first one is there looks like there's a small cut kind of in the middle of their chest that looks like a rather slender cut, but still a cut nonetheless. But the biggest thing is you notice that the eyes of the body are completely burnt out.
Jesus.
I'd like to investigate further on the cut.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, okay, tell me what you're doing to investigate this, I guess.
Do they have? I'm gonna sterilize my hands.
They can bring you gloves if you want.
Okay, I'll do gloves.
I thought Joe was just gonna be like, I'm gonna stick my hand into the wound.
They bring some gloves over to you.
Roll medicine.
I'm gonna inspect the wound by separating the flesh.
Okay.
Roll.
And peering inside.
Okay, so you notice that the wound itself, and through other investigation, you can tell that this goes completely through the body, chest to back. It's a very thin cut, probably half an inch in width, but it's a clean cut straight through the body. And you notice that it's not jagged in any way.
So Alice is gonna walk over, and she's gonna look at Barthon, and look at the body, and she's gonna look over it. Not investigation. There we go.
Well, we're taking your original 1 plus the medicine.
No, it's medicine. I wanted to check.
We'll add the medicine bonus.
I accidentally clicked investigation.
Yeah, but it's still roll a d20.
Medicine.
Just give me the medicine. I didn't even mean to do that.
What?
Joe, you
on
fucked us over on more than one occasion. Give him the medicine.
That's no excuse. You fucked me
Remember
over.
when you went, oh yeah, wait, one more guy is supposed to be in this fight, and then we got TKO'd?
Okay.
Fine. Doesn't matter.
I'll
Anyway.
be fine with it as long as the number that we're getting is 13. So that way it matches up with my medicine bonus.
That's what I said. Yeah.
All right.
But
Okay.
what do you want to find out?
She wants to see if there's any residue. Technically, medicine falls within possibly finding out the kind of blade,
Yes.
but you already kind of gave that investigation.
Okay, so that what you just said still falls under what Joe had said. He has a high roll. I'm just going to keep describing that because he knows the same things. You notice that there's distinctly no blood on the out. There's obviously blood on the inside, but there's no blood on the outside at all.
Okay, so
Is the blood? Is the wound on the internal like cauterized or not? Then
Here's the interesting thing. It doesn't look as if it was so much cauterized as if the like when I'm giving this to you because you got such a high roll, when like whatever entered it acted as if it kind of just pushed everything away, but it didn't quite cauterize it. It didn't burn it. It just looks like it like was able to somehow slice completely through without.
So Alice wants to get gloves. She actually wants to inspect the wound more. So you're saying that basically everything was pushed out, and then right now the body is almost at rigor mortis, and the blood flow has kind of stopped?
Like no blood got outside of the wound to any capacity.
So like Alice is just like poking around there, and she's like a vein, but the blood
looking
stopped.
Inside, you recognize that there is blood inside of the body, and inside of the wound, there's the normal blood that would be there.
But it's just stationary, not like popping out of the arteries or veins or anything.
Stationary.
Huh.
Hey, Doc.
So like Alice wants to like. Does anyone want to see if this is magic related?
I want to see what Mimpy says real fast.
All right.
When'd you find these here bodies?
We found one each day for the past 4 days. Every day at 9 p.m., we find the body hanging.
That is like eerily.
I'm sorry, I clicked on the happy combat.
Oh. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
I was like, wait, why does happy have a combat one?
Combat mode initiated.
It's fucking JoJo, dude.
But every single day at 9 p.m., we find or as near as we can tell, we find a body hung from a different building in the city.
Oh wait, actually, hey Dylan.
Yeah.
Want to do me a favor? You want to send me Actually, you know what? I can find that image, and then I'll make a brand new combat image for Happy.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys will love it.
You're gonna try to put the happy face on him, aren't you?
No. I'm gonna be doing even much better.
It could go a couple ways. All right.
But continue. Is Mimpy done with? Actually, no. You're right in the middle of detailing like how the bodies are found.
That's all I said was right there.
It.
Oh, so Alice is gonna like look at the wound and be very suspicious with the fact that the blood isn't properly like flowing out like it should. So Alice like, could anyone see if there's like any magic or anything going on, like schnizbiz in this whack-a-jab?
Anyone want to roll Arcana?
First of all, where'd you learn to speak like that, young lady?
Listen, half pint.
Oh no! Oh no!
Watch yourself,
Alice learned all these words from the play.
Oh, is Alice gonna like insult us now?
Yeah.
So,
the play.
Joe, what are you looking for with Arcana?
I'm gonna see if there's any specific magics that are used to create the cut or to burn out the eyes.
Okay, so the only thing you can really tell is that however this wound was created, you recognize that it has some connection to the celestial plane.
There's no like magic residue.
No.
Stop the wound. Now's the blood.
Celestial plane, huh?
Alright.
Side
God
note.
himself does not want these people alive.
Side note.
Yeah.
First man won the visual effects Oscars.
Oh, that's disappointing.
He
Anyway.
deserves the Oscar. He deserves it.
So like there's no residue or anything at all. It's just literally even on a. So with Arcana, is Barthon noticing any magic around it, or is he just
No.
like able to tell if magic affected this or not?
I mean, he's specifically the information that he has found is that whatever created this wound has some kind of connection to this celestial plane, but the information that's there is very minimal. In fact, it's very minimal in a way that's not
Very
common.
concerning.
Because just the way that magic works, magic flows through every living creature. This noticeably this body has a distinct lack of magic.
Alice wants to go poke around in little light holes. She wants to see like how those.
I'm gonna check a different body.
Okay. Which body do you want to check? 2, 3, or 4? And Alice, if you're checking eye holes, give me a roll of whatever you're doing.
Okay.
I'll do
check
3.
Okay, 3. So you approach 3. Oof, roll. Approaching 3, you notice that body 3 is a woman who is a human and has the exact same wound in the exact same spot with the eyes burnt out.
Okay, what about 2 and 4?
Same thing. But the 2 is a human male, 4 is a human male.
And it turns out they all have a lack of magic through their bodies.
You would be correct.
Damn. Okay.
For your eyes, Traven, it's a really low roll. So basically,
it's an 8, so it's not.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, but the information that it's a low roll. For the purpose of this.
Oof.
Oh, no.
I was gonna try and assist you, but I guess not.
Okay, so this you recognize that whatever caused there's a connection between the wound and the eyes.
Oh boy.
Is there now? Is it by the same
Wait, so are there 2 holes in the body and then 2 holes in the both eyes are gone, or
burnt?
The eyes are completely burnt out. They are gone.
And are there 2 holes in the body itself?
Technically, there's 1 hole that goes through the chest, through the back.
And then that's it? Okay. In the position of where the hole is, how is it in what position is it lateral of the body, going from a vertical line? So is it towards the middle, or is it right where his heart would be, or is it in the stomach?
The direct center of the chest. Not where the heart is, but in the direct center of the chest.
Like where the
the sternum?
Yes.
Sternum. Right where the sternum is. All right. So actually, that bone is completely fucked then? Okay.
No. It's not broken. It was pierced through.
Oh.
It was pierced through. Ooh. So that means somebody got shot.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Somebody got
because
shot.
The blood's not flowing. If someone was shot.
Well,
someone was stabbed. Somebody was injured.
Is it is the exit wound bigger than the entry wound?
Nope, they're the exact same size.
Then it's not a shot, of course. Never mind.
Well, I would just say that from the blood itself. If the blood's not flowing, any kind of wound, like Joe was just saying, would be bleeding. Even if it was cold, the blood would still be flowing. It wouldn't be congealing yet. But okay, well, Alice is just gonna be but she's just gonna I assume they gave us a little doctor's mask and gloves. So then Alice is just gonna her hands are a little bloody 'cause she was poking around in the wound. She's gonna take the mask off and be like, "Yep, these bodies are right jangled. This is what you did, Mimpy. This is what you did.
Why are you all over me right now? I ain't done nothing."
Why all over indeed.
When Alice is happy, she's easily impressionable. It's almost like that was a bad thing. But
Nah.
Sal's is like, I'm not too sure what ended up happening. Whatever happened to these people is definitely beyond any medical knowledge, and from Barthon's take, anything from reality itself. So, yeah, this is fucked.
Is it now?
Pretty much.
I feel a distinctly celestial presence from these bodies, and not much of a magic presence, which is quite honestly unnerving.
So Alice is gonna look at the guy. You said you found these at around like 9 o'clock.
Yes, roughly about there.
Is there anything significant about 9 o'clock? Maybe something into the Kermi religion?
No, 9 o'clock is a rather innocuous time.
Also, the cult members that we did speak with did say that we were going to have an assassin problem.
I mean, this assassin can break reality, apparently. Stop blood flow. It's fucking OP.
I got a question.
Yes.
Are all these people in some way connected to the Kermi religion?
Well, most people are followers of the Kermi religion. I get these four aren't notable followers to any capacity.
Did they all die in the same location? Like, or is this in different spots in town?
It was different. They were hung
different
in different
spots.
buildings. Yeah.
Hung in different buildings, yeah.
Which buildings?
I'm gonna put on the map. I'm gonna
put that nice OK sign right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit larger first.
Okay. It's A-okay. Remember, kids, it's okay to hang out with friends.
Man.
That's terrible.
So, one there.
God, the lights keep flickering. I don't like that. What the
I don't like that either. That's bad. That was happening in my jet.
Be interested. I got the
what the heck was happening in your
Gravekeeper Stardew Valley.
Oh, you got that version.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the Gravekeeper game.
You like it?
It's fucking fantastic.
I really want to get it. Just not too many. Like the people that talk about it either get super bored because it's like grueling, but to me that's kind of what they're advertising is like this is going to be very
dark,
realistic
this is
and dark.
This is meant to be pretty gruesome. So
does it support multiplayer yet?
It's really interesting because you get to play both sides. Like the super religious people who don't like witches, and you get to watch a lady burn to death.
Hell yeah. Is there multiplayer yet?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh.
But there's a lot of stuff to do, and it doesn't really tell you how to do it.
That's the big thing. Yeah, that's. I'm thinking about getting it just for something to kind of burn the time. Although now, apparently now, Game Pass is coming to the Switch. So if that happens, I'm definitely going to be playing Ninja Gaiden Black.
Jesus.
Okay, so
people are saying they hope that it doesn't get multiplayer.
I want to get multiplayer.
5 hours on record.
Can't return it anymore. So is there anything significant about the buildings they're hanging at? Like, is it?
Because these are not really anything that we
seem random. Yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing really spectacular about it. The one to the northeast is actually a.
You have to look at the number.
Well, I just wanted to look at. I don't have it connected by number. I have like a separate map.
You're breaking my immersion.
That has like the names of stuff on it.
Okay.
But if you would like to write it on this map, that'd probably help. The one to the northeast, and he like pulls out a map and like sets it down. The one to the northeast is.
Yeah,
Harmon.
That was
Harmon. What are you
I've
doing?
seen that image.
Is the local Henry.
Henry.
I got more for you, Harmon.
Where various like small farm fowl are kept.
Henry's come to visit.
Henry.
To the southeast is a bakery.
So food related already. Okay.
To the west is the Clucking Hen.
Food related.
Food related.
But they're a little bit quiet at the Clucking Hen. But and then to the north is a dojo.
Technically food related.
Yeah. Food of martial arts.
Exactly.
The food of the soul.
What does Brian eat? Everything.
Oh man. God. Is this what this...
That's the ultimate battle, Truman.
Hold on. We got more. We got way more.
Okay, no, stop. Let's get back to the session, guys. Stop
One
sending
more.
emails.
One more. This is the best one.
You
That's
got-
the last one.
This
No
is-
more
this
the
is-
rest of the session from either of you.
This is legit, like, actual fight.
Since when does Kermit have like a guitar on his back?
Yeah, he's famous for the banjo.
He has a banjo.
Oh. Oh, okay. I never watched Sesame Street, so I don't know. Or
The
was he on-
fucking Muppet.
That's what's wrong with you. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what he's from anyway, so yeah. I mean, technically this is all food related, but like, I don't
What?
imagine
A
that's...
dojo?
Again, food related, Dylan.
Do you know what a dojo is, Kevin?
You burn food there, basically.
What? No.
Calories.
Yeah. Exactly, you burn food.
Oh, God.
See, that's the common detail with all the four of the locations. Food is related in some way.
Just remembered I have to give Dylan the Kermit. But yes, there's so many images of Cookie Monster fighting Kermit.
I think our best option is to go gather any extra information that we can get off of each of the locations. However, since we only have until 9 a.m. tomorrow, and seeing as how it's... What time is it?
9 p.m. tonight, and right now it's about 7 p.m.
Oh, 9 p.m.
Oof,
Right.
looks like we're gonna need to split up, boys and girl.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right. Very coincident that there's 4 places and there's 4.
I don't
It's
know.
like that was planned.
It's as if it was planned.
Almost as if it was planned. Yeah.
No, honestly, that was a coincidence. As much as I'd like you guys to think.
Is that Dylan
That it
speaking or
was.
DM speaking?
I say we all go to an individual place and investigate.
Yeah.
Alice is
see,
like, I'll
we
go to the
could
theater.
pick up-
Or here's a recommendation. Why don't you go to one place at a time, so we can all participate in a conversation?
Are you sure it's just because
What?
the DM doesn't want to break up everybody's session to 4 segments?
I think each of you going individually, while it makes sense, I think that it could be better.
Okay,
Makes
gang, let's
sense.
split up and look for clues.
Sound logic.
You said it made sense. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's split up and work for.
Okay, if we're splitting up, who wants to go to each one?
God damn it.
I'm going to go to the Clucking Hen.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Haven't you had enough trouble there?
That was the other one.
Oh yeah,
Excuse me.
you started at the Clucking Hen, and then you you went to a bar and snuck in by learning the code.
Steve.
God damn.
So Joe's going to the Clucking Hen.
I'm going to the Henry.
I'll be going to the theater.
No
That's
theater.
Henry, and that's the one that Kevin's going to.
No Henry.
What?
Me Henry.
I thought the Henry was like a place for chickens.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's the one that's right by the theater.
I called
Ooh.
theater right before though.
No.
No,
Then-
Kevin called it
No.
first.
No.
You
Harmon
can go to
Yes,
the
saw
dojo.
me.
Kevin called it first.
You
No,
take
I'm
I
gonna
those.
go
said
to
theater.
the bakery.
Oh, I'm okay. Well, we're gonna go right there.
Now
Bakery.
you're taking the dojo, girl.
I guess I'm taking a dojo because no one apparently heard me say theater.
Who wants to go first?
He said
Why-
Henry.
Besides
said
Mimpy.
theater, and
Besides
you said
Mimpy.
theater again after.
Mimpy responded when I said I wanted to go to the theater.
Yeah,
What'd
but you
say,
said it-
Alice? I'm sorry. Are you done being a little piece of shit?
Oh,
That's what I fucking thought.
oh, this is great.
So who wants to
Tell
go
her-
first?
I'll go.
Okay. Are you using that as an excuse to not pay attention to the rest of the people's parts?
No!
Oh,
That's really mean. I would never do that.
Harmon, I wish that you could play in person because I feel like it'd be so much easier to call these bad habits.
I mean,
What do you think I'm doing right now?
We tried to do it in person that one time, Dylan, but it was only shopping. But
Eating
you know.
chicken.
How dare you? I'm out of
Tried
chicken.
doing it in person and the world ended.
Yeah, the
No.
last time we did it in person, I was playing Dark Souls,
Well-
and Steve destroyed the world.
You weren't there when it happened.
I was. I was
You
playing
weren't.
Dark Souls in your
Yeah,
kitchen.
he was there. Yeah, he was.
No,
yeah,
that
and
was
he was
separate.
super distracted and he didn't realize the world had actually ended.
Oh, okay. That's why when we get the chance this summer, because now that Harmon hopefully won't be at Cedar Point.
No, Dylan, I didn't get the fucking job. Thanks for bringing it up again.
Harmon,
Depression hits
it's
in hard.
great.
I really wanted that job
Dicks out.
I know, but
for
You'll get better
Harambe.
anyways.
Dicks out for Harmon.
So we are starting with you, Harm. Going down to the bakery. So as you begin weaving your way through the town, the afternoon's kind of dying down, and this is kind of going to be the same for all of you. So just remember this description.
Yay.
Because I'm not going to repeat it 4 times. No reason to. The night's kind of dying down. People are kind of making their way to the various houses. You pass some street troubadours playing some music. But you make your way to the bakery. The bakery is a rather large building. And unlike some of the other buildings, it's very distinctly monochromatic. It's very, very pink.
Huh.
And there's a sign that says
Yeah?
the blushing bread.
I think you're so goddamn clever.
I just think it was. I
Wait,
thought
what the fuck's the name? Blushing what?
the blushing bread.
Oh my fucking god.
I thought it was like the stupidest adjective I could think of to associate with bread that wasn't ridiculous, or even more ridiculous, I guess.
Whatever.
So you see there are a couple of people exiting as the shop's getting ready to close up soon at 8 p.m.
Traven, stop.
We've been through this. And as you enter, you see that's run by goblins specifically. There are multiple goblins who are behind the counter. You see, since it's a single room, you can see back behind the counter. You can see where like they're making the bread and stuff like that, and they're preparing the dough for the morning tomorrow. And one of them is wearing like a white hat akin to like a milkman hat. Hat, I think. And he approaches and says, hello there. Well,
Very
welcome to the blushing bread.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I almost did something really mean.
What
I
you
almost went, my name's Bartha.
Oh.
Name's Mimpy. I'm part of the Red Cloaks.
Well, that's exciting. The bread cloaks. Sounds cool.
Yeah. If I worked here, you gotta be part of the Bread Cloaks.
Hey, wait, hold on. And he walks over, like, Jeremy, come here.
Jeremy, get over here.
Comes on over, and Jeremy's like, wow, what do you want? And the other goblin's like, hey, you gotta listen to this guy. Hey, say that again.
I'm part of the Red Cloaks. My name's Mimpy, but if I worked here, I'd be part of the Bread Cloaks.
And like the first goblin starts laughing hysterically. The second one lets out a little chuckle and says, yeah, I like you. And he kind of goes on back to his dough work. And so Goblin you were originally speaking to walks down the counter and says, so what are you looking for? What can I help you with? We have all kinds of different breads, pastries. You're looking for something for that special someone? We got it.
I'm actually here to investigate a murder.
Oh.
A murder? And he like puts his hand to his head dramatically. I don't know what you're talking about. And then he leans closer. He's like, "Hey, listen, can we not say this on the sales floor? Come back over here. We'll talk more."
All right.
And he laughs. He's like, "Ha ha! Yeah, a murder of bread!" Yeah. And some
Murder
other
of
customers
crows, you know.
like a little bit weirdly. And he leads you to the back, and he says, "So do you have any status on what's happening?" Like I come
Well,
from.
that's why I'm here. I need some information, if you don't mind.
Yeah, anything.
Well, do you know who it was that was found here?
Actually, let me get the my fellow goblin who found the hanging body. And he walks over. He says, "Hey, Lance!" And Lance comes over, waddling. Yeah, what's going on? Hey, Lance. This guy, he's here about the and he like looks out at the customers on the floor. He's here about the problem that we had the other day. Yeah. So this guy, he was just hanging. So this guy, he was just hanging. All right. Look, he found him when he was leaving. He was supposed to close up, but he had forgotten his key, so he ran home, came back, and tell him what you found. Oh, well, I found a hanging body. God. All right. So, yeah. So this so he's just like hanging out back, and I was really concerned, and I went to a guard and said, "Hey, there's a guy hanging out back here," and the guard kind of laughed at me. But then I was like, "Oh no, he's like really, really dead." And yeah, and then the guard came over and kind of took him from there, and we've been trying to keep it very quiet. I've been told to keep it quiet many, many times. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the situation. What can we do to help?
Well, we're trying to figure out some between you and me.
Can I trust these people, Dill? Like, will they not spread rumors and lies?
Who knows?
Roll some insight.
Roll insight.
Got to roll insight for that.
Of course I'm gonna roll inside. Why would I ever go outside?
The session is slowly becoming.
All right, you automatically fail any roll from now until the end of the night.
I do it, Joe. So that's 2 votes.
That's my second 6 in a row.
Get a third one. Get one free. No.
They seem pretty honest.
Between you and me, another body turned up. A couple other ones. My compadres are out investigating those right now. But I was sent here. Well, I chose to come here because I also wanted to maybe get some little snack. But anyways, we're trying to see if any of them are linked together,
Yeah. I don't. What other places were they? Actually, come a little bit closer to the back. There's customers out there. No, nothing to worry about here. You 10% off everything in the store. 10% right now. Yeah. God, this is just really bad for business. You understand?
All right. Listen here. The dojo, the clucking hen, and what?
He's writing down notes.
And oh my God, the Henry. That was the last one.
The Henry. You mean the Henry?
That's what I said.
It sounded like you said the Henry.
I said the Henry.
Okay. So that's really.
Sorry, my thick accent.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I understand. That's a lot of different places. Wow.
If you're 6 feet.
You did this, Mimpy. You just had to play the one trope about Alice that's actually really impressionable. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, that's why she's very religious about Kermie, because during that entire play, toads were citing Kermie's name while they decapitated people.
Oh.
What have you done?
Anyways, those are the 4 places they found other bodies. 3 places, including yours, that they found other problems.
Just a kid.
I see.
They're all food related, aren't they? Like
Well,
dojo.
I mean, I wouldn't quite say a dojo is food related.
You send stuff to the dojo, maybe?
Well, I mean, a dojo, from my understanding, is like where you do kicking and punching and stuff.
Punch the
Well,
dough.
he asked if they send anything.
Oh, no, we
Who said that?
Well, I guess we do actually. There is a guy who comes in every once in a while and buys some bread. Take with him to the dojo.
Jun.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah, he normally he comes out like once a week and buys some danishes and a couple loaves of bread.
And do you know this guy's name?
Yeah. His name is Rook.
Rook. What's he look like?
Well, he's a dragonborn. He's generally always wearing the same kind of robes, but he's
Color robes.
He's like 7 or 8 feet tall. He's got green scales, large horns. No, wait, no, that's Gerald. No, he doesn't have horns, but yeah, he is a large dragonborn guy. Like I said, like 7 or 8 feet tall, or something like that. I don't really have a good grip for height, but somewhere around that.
And you said he's the one who buys stuff, bread, and goes to the dojo, right?
I mean, he does come by occasionally and buys bread. I assume he takes it to the dojo. Practically lives there, I guess.
All right. Well, sounds like I need to go pay this Rook a visit.
Law and Order starts playing.
But before I go, I gotta ask you a few more questions.
Yeah. How can I help you?
Why aren't you the murderer?
What?
Oh.
Why would I murder somebody?
No, he's going somewhere with this. Give him a chance.
The way I see it, it's a perfect crime. You murder somebody outside of your place, and you don't gotta worry about nobody suspecting you. I'm just messing with you.
Would that just make me more suspect? I mean, I'm not a detective or anything, but I think that like a dead body appearing right outside my place is a pretty like that doesn't look good on my like business, and I have a business to run.
I'm surprised people are coming in to eat still.
He said he was kidding. It's okay.
I'm just messing with this little man.
I'm not. Is there any other questions I can help you with?
Yeah, I think I'm good for now.
Well, if you have any other questions, or if you want to buy some bakery goods, you definitely stop by again.
I can't. I got a Darth. Sorry. I'd love to, but I can't.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
I gotta go investigate more. You know.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I mean, when you're done with your investigation, I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He just kind of like shuffles his feet in. All right. Well,
Sorry,
I'm gonna go help the other customers. Hey, yeah, the 10%, that's done. So if you haven't already bought stuff, please keep in mind that was just a temporary thing, temporary flash sale.
That was really dumb. Flash sale, but okay.
Yeah. Sir, I don't appreciate that.
I more meant to mumble that under my breath, Dill. I don't think you can hear me.
You did say it in your Mimpy voice. I don't know. Yeah,
I
whatever,
know.
that's
I
fine.
meant
He said he
Mimpy mumbled it on.
under it.
Yeah,
Mumbled it.
Mimpy mumbled it.
Yeah, where do you want to go, Harm?
I guess I'm gonna go to the dojo.
Okay, so we're
That's
gonna
where I said Rook was gonna be.
we'll move you to the dojo. We're gonna switch to somebody else. Who wants to go next?
I think Traven should go next, since
He's at the dojo.
Armin is going to be going there. I wanted to go next, but
No,
Joe, you go
Harmon
next.
won't be arriving
Joe,
there
Joe,
until
you go-
after.
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
you go first.
Go
I
do it,
insist.
my boy.
I insist. Joe, you
Yeah,
go.
I bet these are all happening concurrently, so
Yeah.
it won't matter.
Go first.
okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll go.
So you travel through the city, and Tabaxi kind of waves at you as he's painting a wall. Says, "Oh, hey, I saw you guys earlier, right? You're the guys that those cloak guys we talked earlier. Remember?
Oh,
Yes. God, why?
You're Barthon, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, I'll remember.
I
I see you're still very hard at work.
of course, painting's my livelihood.
you can't get the voice right, oh man.
No, I'm trying. I'm just deciding.
He's going through a difficult
Painting's
time
my
right now.
livelihood,
You're right,
and
you're right.
it's a lot of it's really just what I enjoy doing. But I just want to say, hey, it's nice to see you.
Oh, actually, how long do you usually paint per day?
Well, I every morning I wake up at 4 a.m. and then I have some breakfast. I do some morning meditations. I
Oh, God.
spend some time with my my wife, and then
Oh,
about 7 a.m. I go out, start painting. Around noon or so, my wife and I will eat lunch. Spend some time together. Maybe go see a play, and then for a couple hours after, I'll go back to painting. Whatever's needing done, whether I'm painting somebody's house or whether I'm painting my own artwork. And then about 5 o'clock, I take a small break for dinner, and then I work till like 7:30 or so. I'm actually about to finish up today. But
Oh, I see. Do you happen to ever visit the bakery or the clocking hen, the dojo, or the hennery?
well,
mm.
there's only one bakery in town, so yes. And there's 2 taverns in town. One of them is the Clucking Hen right here, which is a good, reputable place. And then there's a more disreputable place a little bit to the east.
Yeah, I went there. It's not quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't. I don't really practice martial arts or anything like that. I also don't. I don't really have much need to go there. I guess my wife. I can ask my wife for you. Maybe she goes. It wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience. I'm sure we'll run across each other again. Maybe I don't really.
Absolutely. I was more worried. Have you been to any of those said locations within the last 4 days?
I mean, I mean, I'm outside the Clucking Hen right now.
Yes. I mean, possibly being around there when there was a small incident that may have occurred.
Well, let me see. Okay, so past 4 days.
Incident.
So let's see. 4 days ago, oh man, let me think. I woke up. Did my morning stuff, and I was painting Kathy's house. Kathy, nice woman. That's what I did for most of the day, and then I did grab lunch. There's a nice stall kind of in the center of town. It's called Foods and Stuff. They offer foods and stuff, different foods, and they have a couple different varied items. Their personal things. Then I went back to painting. I ended up wrapping up my evening early that night, and then the next day, let me think. I had to finish up some stuff with Kathy. Then I went to work on Daniel's place of business. Have you ever heard of Rocks Emporium? A lot of rocks.
I have not.
Oh,
But I more specifically, that way you don't have to waste your breath on
I
saying
don't.
all the other parts of the day. and I can continue moving on a little bit quicker because the thing I'm working on currently is quite time sensitive.
I'm sorry.
No, you're quite all right. I understand. I'm more so talking about around probably 7 to 9 p.m. In those general areas.
Now, I mean, I guess 2 days ago I did stop at the bakery. I did pick up some muffins for breakfast for my wife and I. But that's about it. I normally retire by about the 8 o'clock time. Getting ready to wake up the next morning.
Man. Would he have given us the information of what days each murder occurred, Dylan?
Yeah, I'd say that'd be a fair assessment.
Okay. What day did the one at the bakery occur?
The second day.
Second day. So the day he was down in that area?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, did you happen to notice any shady characters or anything around in that area?
Well,
I mean, obviously you were next to that shady bar,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm saying out of the norm shady, or they were trying to eye people up, maybe with murderous intent.
No, I don't know. We don't really have like murders here. I never really. Let's see. I've been here for quite some time. I think I could think of like one murder. It is, there's a thing of passion. These. Man, it's quite the tizzy. It put the town in like an uproar for like 2 weeks. And man, it is quite the gossip. But no, yeah, I haven't. I mean, besides that bar, I didn't really see anyone disreputable.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Just please find us. Let me know if your wife does go to the dojo and has visited in the last 4 days, if she has.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I definitely will.
What day did the dojo one happen?
That was the third day.
Specifically, if it were to happen
2 days prior.
2 days ago?
Yeah, I can't really think of any reason that should go to the dojo, but yeah, I'll ask.
Alrighty, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you have a nice night.
Yes,
Enjoy
you too.
Time.
And then I guess I'm gonna enter the bar.
So you enter the Cloaking Head. Very much like when you stopped by earlier. It feels very homey. People are very respectful, speaking nicely, having a good time. You notice that there's a waitress from earlier that you had talked to. She's still there. She says, "Oh, hello there."
Hi. I noticed that. Can I speak to like a manager or
Oh, was there something wrong earlier?
No, absolutely not. Fantastic service.
I mean, I can
specifically-
always help you with what you need help with.
I'm
Get some
more
free coupons.
specifically, asking about an incident that may have occurred in the last 4 days.
Oh, that's weird. I mean, I guess I could go get the manager. Let me go check. And so she kind of like cautiously like walks away, and she comes back about 2 minutes later with an orc man, and he says, "Oh, hello." And he
Hello,
holds a hand
sir.
out to shake your hand.
And I will shake his hand.
And he claps your hand with his other hand and like shakes very vigorously and says, "Welcome to the Clucking Hen. Please, I
yes,
hope you've
thank
been
you.
enjoying your time so far. What can I do to make your visit better?"
Well, I was inquiring about an incident that may have happened in the last 4 days.
I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean.
A person that would have been hanging.
Ha! No, I'm not quite sure that rings a bell.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll insight.
Oh boy.
Also, guys, Rami Malek won Best Actor.
Oof.
Ooh.
You don't know what anything is, quite frankly.
Why am I here?
Why am I here?
Look, I am here to investigate was it a man or woman that was hung at this one?
This one was a man.
A man, and how many days ago? Was it the first day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'd be 3 days prior then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm here investigating the death of a man 3 days prior that was hanging in this general vicinity. Guards were called and everything. I need to know what happened here, and I need to know quickly because we need to stop what's going on.
Okay, so you say that. You're still in the middle of the bar. And various patrons begin looking at you, begin looking at the owner, and looking around and begin whispering. And you hear people say, "A murder? A murder? What? Hanging? Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Yep.
And people are getting
Everybody stay calm.
Nobody panic.
They wanted to play
Please.
dumb. I'm going to inform everybody.
The owner looks around and says, I'm sorry, sir, but if you're going to be disturbing my patrons, I cannot allow you to stay.
Look, I wanted to talk to you in private, but obviously you don't want to talk in private, so I'm going to continue to talk
Don't
right
quite
here.
recall you asking me to speak in private.
It was very blatantly...
What? No. I'm not going to give that to you, Joe. You definitely did not ask at all.
I didn't
Yeah,
ask for private.
he is right.
I didn't ask for private, but I was being very friendly in that regard.
You have to state that, though. The one that's right.
Because you basically kind of just like launched right into...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, but I look at... Maybe if there's something I can help you with some other time, but frankly, you're spooking my patrons, and I do not appreciate that. Please, if you would exit my establishment.
I would like to continue talking with you, and I will do it in private if you so require.
Perhaps another day we can, but I'm afraid that I have some damage control.
Another day will not do.
Well, and he kind of just gestures around.
Intimidation on this bitch.
Okay. This will be interesting. So, what are you doing to intimidate? I guess say it again and however you mean to do it.
I mean, essentially exactly what I'm going to do, except I'm going to draw a very... a very disturbing face, I guess. I'm not going to threaten him with weapons, but I'm going to definitely throw a presence at him.
Okay. He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit, and he says, very well.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Follow me.
Ooh. This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well.
He begins exiting the room, heading towards one of the staircases.
I will follow.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So he leads to a separate room. He walks upstairs, and he walks over to the door on the far end, and he opens the door and gestures in.
Walk in.
I'll go in.
Oh boy.
Okay. It's just a small in room, with a table, 2 chairs, a bed, like an armoire, and he gestures for you to sit down.
I will sit down.
He says, "Listen, you're some kind of investigator?"
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, you just fucked up.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh
Tom's gonna
no.
take it downstairs. That's gonna get out. and then you're gonna have a more difficult time tracking the person that killed outside.
But
Who gave you this
I
position?
was trying to be very, very nice downstairs.
Very nice.
You learn.
Ignoring
threat-
I was saying. If you would have said, "All right, I understand,"
You
then
don't think that maybe perhaps you could have just said, "Hey, I need to speak to you in private about an incident that occurred a few days ago."
I feel like
No.
this is Joe and
Like,
Bill out there
disregarded that an incident even occurred.
Yes, because I'm not going to cause a panic in my bar. People
And
come here to have a good
Doesn't
time.
mean that there was a murder. An incident could have been, "Hey, I fucked up a couple days ago."
Mommy,
That
Daddy,
doesn't
stop
happen here.
No.
Look, I understand you're new here, all right? Bad shit doesn't happen here. This is a peaceful town. You know, back like 2 months ago, so we thought somebody stole from a stall. It turns out they accidentally knocked an item off of the stall. That's how rare crime is here. So to these people, even something as simple as not paying your bill,
man.
like that's a big deal.
Every time I think it's Traven, stop. Harmon, what are you doing?
Hey, Green Book won Best Picture. Side note.
And he says, "Look, I'll give you the information you need, but I don't like this." And he kind of like points a finger at you, and points and gestures outside. "Look, I don't know what's going on here, but this isn't good. All right, this is disturbing. The peaceful, not you right now. I understand the stuff earlier, but these like the murder, like that doesn't happen here, and this needs to be taken care of."
Understandably, and that's why we're trying to get to the bottom of it. Now, from what I heard from the guards, you're not being 100% cooperative.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he said that the people there are not being, seems like they're withholding information.
We aren't withholding any information. All right, look, ask anything, and I'll give you the information you want.
Well, what do you know that happened here? I want the entire incident laid out for me.
So, I was closing up shop about 10 o'clock at night. Closing up a little bit early because it was a weekday. So I went out back, take out trash, and there was a hanging body there.
Alright, I'm gonna roll insight again. Where the fuck is my insight? God damn it! What the
Oh no!
These are consistent insight rolls. Everyone's getting terrible insight rolls tonight. Jeez.
Yeah.
We're getting terrible rolls tonight.
Yeah, quantum. What was it, Traven, that you mentioned that they used? The quantum something?
Look at that!
Oh my god. Roll another one. Okay.
Jesus Christ!
But operating off your first one, I mean, same as you can't really garner too much information.
Was there anything suspicious that was going on throughout the day? Anything at all? Even if it was, like you said, very plain.
Honestly, no. We haven't had anything suspicious happen. It was just a regular weekday. I mean, really, it just came really suddenly. When I first found out, I immediately went to the guards. I got them to come over and figure out what was going on here, and try to keep it hush hush. When you have a group of people, a town this large, who have never really seen violence, have never really seen wrong, it can cause chaos.
I understand that, but I do have to say that is probably one of the downfalls of this city.
Well,
I hate to say it that way, but a place that experiences none of it, to have even a little of it, will throw an entire town into a tizzy. That's problematic.
we operate our town on a very firm level of trust. I'm telling you,
understand.
whoever came in and did this murder, there's no way that they could be from here. No way at all.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't know, but there's definitely a fucking way it's somebody from here. As a character, I wouldn't know that necessarily, though. I understand that. And now, there is one thing I'm kind of curious about. I have heard from other people. Maybe you can offer me a little bit more insight. The Colosseum in the area.
Yes.
Have there been any overachievers there recently?
Well, recently, not particularly. I mean, we've had the same winner has been on top for about 20 some duels, 7 melees. But that's been for the past let's see, 4 months.
I see. What do you happen to know what they use as their weapons?
Yes, the weapons used are ranged just depending on the champion. The current champion wields he switches between a Morning Star and a battle axe.
Okay, and then in duels it's just fisticuffs, or in melee fisticuffs. Then. Correct.
No, in a melee he actually he uses a warhammer.
Okay. And in any other events, does he use anything else?
No, he's not a jouster, so no. There's something else that he really uses.
Is there anybody who's been participating lately that you recognize to be using a long, thin blade, or shorter, thin blade, like very thin, probably very sharp blade?
There's a champion who uses a rapier, but not it's not your traditional rapier. The name's Brooks, and Brooks uses the rapier in question is rather odd because it's more like if a longsword width was cut in half. It was a little bit wider than a traditional rapier. It's rather odd. But I guess I think that it is rather thin blade. Decently long, maybe, I don't know, a couple feet.
Have you, how good of a look did you get at the bodies, the body that,
Bodies?
Sorry, I misspoke.
Ooh.
I'll roll deception if you want me to.
No. The silence is because he's looking at you.
Okay.
And he kind of like looks and says, I didn't really get too close of a look, honestly.
Well, the only reason I'm asking about the weapon is that they were stabbed in the chest, and it is an extremely clean cut all the way through to the back.
Okay.
And it is a single stab, that is it. And it seems as though all of their magic was drained from their bodies.
Whoever's watching something, please turn that down. That's that's very, very odd. Haven't ever heard anything about that.
I understand. Man, would I have to roll insight to see how well he'd be able to hold his tongue? Well, I'm sure.
Yeah, you probably have to roll insight to see how quiet he'd be. Just like when Harm tried to roll insight.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. There we go. That's a bit better.
You could tell he's going to keep his mouth shut, not because he cares for you, but because he cares for his business and the town.
Business is first over everything.
I will say that there are other incidents that have occurred. That is why I misspoke.
He pales a little bit and says, "Oh God."
This is the reason of the urgency. I will say every incident has happened at 9 p.m. This is why there's only one of me here and not 3 others.
And wait, you said there's been how many other ones?
I didn't say how many.
He's asking you.
Oh, okay. I'm not at liberty to discuss how many. I will just say that there are more than one occurrence. I was sent to this one to deal with it.
And he kind of like lets out a sigh and says, "All right, if you want to withhold, that's fine. Well, do you have anything else I can help you with?"
Not at the moment, but I may be back. Did you recognize the person that was hanging?
I mean, yeah, I knew him. He was a gardener actually. Up in the north end of town. He'd stop by every once in a while. Didn't know him very well, but
I see. Did he frequent a lot, or did you know if he was into any shady business at all? I mean, I know you said you didn't know him very well, or do you know anybody who he was closer to?
well, he did have a daughter that he left behind. She's not that I know she was oh wow, what was it? I know she was doing something. She was like 20 or so. I know she was doing something with and he's like putting his fingers to his head. He's like, "Oh, what is it? Oh, that's what it was. It was the dojo. I know she was a practitioner of the dojo."
I see.
Yeah, I know. Big into that.
Do you get frequent deliveries from the bakery by chance as well?
The bakery? No, not particularly. We if we ever do need anything from that, we normally just go pick it up ourselves.
Understandably. All right, that's all I have then.
And he says, he kind of puts his hand to his chest and says, "Bless Kermie. Have a nice rest of your evening."
Oh.
Bless me.
Kind of goes and like looks out the window.
Oh man. And is that it?
So, what do you want to
go to the dojo?
Let's go to Kevin.
Oh man.
Okay, Kevin. You just halfway through walk to the header. You're like, "Nope, dojo."
Dojo.
So you head to
The Henry.
towards like the Henry, and as you're there, a lot of people are milling about the theater house as there was a play earlier in the day, and they're finally they finally got everything cleaned up and are all heading out. And
was it the Holy Land?
yeah, it's the same play that you guys saw earlier.
Yes.
And
Yes, point.
as you make your way to the Henry, you see it's a rather rustic looking building. Looks kind of pieced together from a lot of different materials. It doesn't look very cohesive. And the door itself looks more like a modern day screen door than a traditional, like every other door basically in this fucking town.
The hell? Okay. I go ahead and walk up to this unusually shaped building and go ahead and knock on the door.
So you knock on the door and you hear, "Come on in." Wait, no, that's not the voice I mean. Come on, come on in. Yeah.
Come on in.
Come on in. Come on in.
Oh.
Cold outside.
All right. I guess I go ahead and proceed to walk in.
So you walk in, and you first there's a very cacophonous sound of various chickens, hens, roosters, just various fowl. You see that they're in a they're kind of this building is built. Let me describe a little bit further to give explanation. It's like there's one main building, and then there's like a couple other smaller mix match buildings that form like a coop looking area behind, like in the middle of the building. And you see
okay.
a few, probably a good 300 some fowl just milling about in that yard.
God, the sound, it must be so fucking loud in
Oh,
there.
it's really loud. Yeah. And you see a woman, she's
I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom.
Okay. You see a woman, she's sitting kind of to the side. She's an elven woman, and she says, "So how can I help you?"
Yes, hello there. I actually have some matters to discuss.
You're
with
buying
you.
a chicken.
Well,
a fowl? A hen.
I don't really have any place to put those anyways, so I can't really do that, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Well, there's always a place to put it. Put it on your shoulder, honey.
I can't carry it around with me.
I assure you. Watch. And she goes over, opens the door, picks up a rooster, puts it on her shoulder, and says, "See, look, very easy. And look, I can sell this to you for a sweet, sweet 1 gold. Very cheap."
Madam, I understand, but I actually don't have any money on me right now. I currently
well, it's fine. You can always do some work instead, you know.
Well,
trade.
What I'm doing right now. I'm already doing some work, and I actually have to find some clues, we'll say, for a certain thing that happened around these parts a few days ago.
Oh, yeah, the murder. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. That was quite the oh, my gosh. Look, let me get Jenny for you. She will lead you right. Where'd that damn girl go? Jenny? And there's no response. I'm fine. You just right here and here. Think about adopting one of these fellas. And she picks up the rooster and hands it to you. Kind of like more tosses it to you and then walks out. And are you catching the rooster now?
No. I'm just gonna dodge out of the way.
Let's see a deck saving though.
Oh lordy.
Oh damn! I was really hoping you did do well.
Still.
So you like dodge out of the way, and the rooster kind of flaps by you and kind of walks around.
How long is it gonna take before she ends up coming back? I don't know. Probably a little bit, maybe like a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's about 3 or 4 minutes, and she comes back.
Can I just go ahead and like do a perception roll and like take a look around, see if there's anything that's like kind of out of place?
Yeah, that's fine. So you do a perception check.
Kevin getting all the fucking high rolls.
Yeah.
I guess I stole them all from you guys. I'm sorry.
Looking around, you see that there's a wide variety of papers just kind of tossed together on a large desk. There's various cages for people taking animals home. There's like a huge wall that's basically filled to the brim with just bags and bags of feed. There's just everything is very haphazard. It doesn't look like there's a clear order to the room. It seems as if there's just a general designation for an area and then things are put there.
Of course.
And there's a lot of feed and hay and straw kind of like scattered around. The roosters kind of walk around, just eating food off the ground and clucking. It's the only hen that's actually in the room. The only rooster that's in the room. All the other fowl are in that yard area I described earlier. And the back wall is a fence kind of thing, like a fence wall, so you can see out into the yard.
Yeah.
And the only other thing of note besides what I've already described is on the ceiling. There's a
weird marking of sorts.
No, there's no weird marking. There's a it looks like somebody was building like a roof and then gave up halfway through, and so the ceiling is like a mishmash of like tarp, basically.
What the fuck is this place, man? It's like there's no business here.
Well, it's the premier Henry place of the town.
I guess must be a tourist attraction of sorts.
So the woman comes out with Jenny, and Jenny's kind of hiding behind the woman, and the woman walks over and picks up the rooster and begins petting him. Now listen, are you sure you don't want this rooster? He'll do anything for you. He can even speak. It's magic.
I don't know. Can you do a demonstration for me?
God, no.
She's like, yeah, watch. And the rooster opens its mouth and says,
fucking Bill, I swear.
You don't need a talking cock.
The rooster says, greetings.
Always a deep voice.
It's always a deep voice, isn't it?
Actually, normally it's a very high-pitched voice for animals.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's always a deep voice.
It's always a deep voice. Impressive, I imagine. What is it? Is this the only rooster that does this?
Oh, I saw the murder. I can assist you.
Oh, I guess.
Well, you did say you didn't want the rooster, so here, let me go take him back out.
Sure.
Walking away, and
yeah, you do that.
she opens the door and kind of just like throws him out, and then picks up like a chicken and comes back. Are you sure I can't interest you in a chicken? Many chickens.
Do they do anything significant other than?
Yes, they feed and sustain you.
Well.
And their legs.
Yeah. No thanks.
Okay, well, here's Jenny. Jenny, say hi. Well, nope, that was a chicken. Ignore the chicken. Sorry, Jenny, say hi.
Go ahead and take the chicken back if you could, please.
Oh, I thought Jenny was the chicken. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Well, hello there, Jenny.
Hey.
Do you happen to have some details you can probably share about what you saw around the time with the incident, we'll say?
I don't yeah, maybe
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
Oh
Do
boy,
go
she
on.
has Van Gogh syndrome.
She probably does. Do go
Kevin,
on.
I love that you get the weirdest ones all the time.
I get the weirdest one. I don't know if I really do, but
These are random personalities.
Well, no, I'm not saying that you're doing this specifically, Dylan.
When it comes to encounters, Kevin tends to have the weirdest encounters.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with it though. It's just like,
Yeah, I am. I saw that.
He has been getting fucked with encounters, and Alice keeps getting more gray encounters.
What did you see, Jenny?
Oh, did you not hear me? I'm sorry. I'm kind of soft spoken, but other people are talking, and I am. You're not gonna hear me if other people talk. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's fine. Do go on.
Shade.
So
Fuck you.
Oh, sorry. There's somebody speaking at the distance.
We're gonna be here for we're gonna be here for a while. Oh man. Jenny, if it's all right, would you prefer to probably write it down instead?
I am. And she kind of like looks down. I don't know. I'm not very great with my letters. I'm not actually a common. I was originally taught Elvish. I don't have too much knowledge on.
How fluent are you in Elvish? We'll ask.
I mean I'm it's my native language.
Would you prefer to speak in Elvish? I actually understand Elvish.
If you would like.
Yeah, do go on ahead. And so Dylan will begin to transcribe this for me.
So now that we're speaking Elvish, hi.
Hello. My name is Rayold, and so I just to give you some familiarity between the two of us.
I'm Jenny.
Yes. All right. So, if you were able to go ahead and give some details about what you saw.
So I came back. I was leaving work. Okay, at like 7, and well, what, well, Miss Rebecca says that we're not allowed to take eggs from chickens if we're not working, but and she kind of like looks down at her feet. And you assume that
The
the
woman
owner is Miss Rebecca.
Yeah.
But I forgot to pick up my daily amount, and so I came back, and when I went to the coop, I was picking up some eggs and talking to some of my the regulars that I spend time with. There's Jeremy, Jeremiah, Jebediah, Jeziel, Jesus, Jesus, Jared, Jacob.
You sure know a
Jake,
lot of people, actually.
John, Jonathan, Johnny Boy, Jasna, Jasmine, and those are my regulars. Well,
Fucking, I know, Dill.
but while I was there and I was greeting them, one of the chickens started making sounds. It was actually Bubba Jr. Bubba Jr. was not very happy, so I went over to see what was bothering him. And I saw hanging in the middle of the yard up above, about 20 feet off the ground, was a body. And I was very, very scared.
No one can blame you for that. It is definitely terrifying to see a body just out of nowhere.
So I woke up Miss Rebecca, and she went to the guards, and the guards came by, and they asked me some questions, and I basically told them the same thing. Just came across the body. It's really sad because the guy he actually was really fond of the chickens here. He was interested in getting a job. We had spoken a few times. He seemed like a nice guy. It was really sad. I didn't expect him to just kill himself or.
So, do you presume that he committed suicide, or do you believe it was not that?
I mean, I didn't really get he was decently high up, but I assumed that he committed suicide. It didn't look like it was in any blood or anything.
Okay.
We don't really have any murders here. Even the suicide, like that's big news. Miss Rebecca told me to be really quiet, and so I didn't tell many people. Mainly the chickens and the rooster.
It seems that you are very fond of the rooster, you and Miss Rebecca here.
Well, once you spend some time getting to know all of them, you know, they're kind of like these little babies that you take care of. I've been working here for about a year and a half, and it's been a good time. I've started trying to talk to people a little bit more.
Understandably, it's allowing you to open up your horizons and being able to conversate to those that you didn't think you would be able to before.
Yeah. Especially as I get used to using common more.
Yeah, there you are. They're all good stuff to learn new languages. But I appreciate your cooperation, Jenny. Hopefully that I will come back to give you some updates on whether or not this poor man upon what his fate was, we'll say.
Did you see the body? What happened?
Well, that's something that I should not try to disclose as of right now, but we'll say that there are some things to be looked in upon.
I could probably help you with whatever you're investigating.
Roll insight to see if she's going to keep the truth in her.
Yay.
Um, to her, you get the feeling that
She'll probably keep it.
she'll probably keep it.
I mean,
besides chickens.
all things considered, knowing her how she is, I'm pretty sure she's going to. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't hurt to try and let you help out a little bit more. So, it appears that he was a part of a chain of murders, it seems. Now,
Murders.
I want you to keep it down. Don't worry about it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So,
we've never had a murder.
We are not sure yet, but I would suspect murder at play, Bo.
What?
Yes. So, what happened is that all the bodies that are, along with the man, they all seem to have this little hole right in their chest, along with their eyes being burnt out, it seems. Now, these are rather gruesome details. Now, spare the fact that you don't need to see this in person, but I imagine you do not want to witness these scenes, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds really frightening. Are we gonna all die?
No.
Am I next?
No. I would not.
What if he starts killing other people, or she starts killing other people? I don't want to be gender exclusive.
Fucking Dill, I swear. Well, as a piece of advice, I imagine that you would rather try and stay home, be with some people, I'd say, or someone close to your family, at say around 9 o'clock. We'll just say around that as a good time frame. All right.
So the murders happen at 9?
No, we can't say for certain that they happen at 9, but I say that's a rather good time to have some a night out. We'll say.
Oh, a night out? Like go out at 9?
With your friends or family, yes, because we have to remain cautious, of course.
So I shouldn't stay in my home.
Yes, Dill. Fucking yes.
Okay. If there's ever any other questions you have, just feel free to ask.
Yes, of course. No problem. I will come back and ask about that. So I go ahead and get up.
So are you sure you don't want to get any of those chickens? I got so many back here.
Miss Rebecca, yeah, I'm very certain that I don't need any chickens. After all, as someone who tends to travel a lot and gets into a rather amount of disgusting amounts of encounters, I don't imagine that you want me to sacrifice your chickens for the greater good.
Well, Harmon, I really appreciate that link you sent. Because all I can think about is Pokemon being skin.
So do you have any more questions? Do you want to do some looking around? Or
No!
What's the plan, Kev?
The fuck?
No!
No.
Miss Rebecca does approach you, and she says, "Hey, listen."
Oh.
No, not Jenny. Miss Rebecca.
Okay.
Hey, listen, and she kind of leans a little bit closer. Look, there's something fishy about that guy. The one that died here. He the reason I didn't hire him is he had a lot of debt.
A lot of debt, you say?
Yeah, he's like the only person in town that actually had debt. We felt bad for him. So I know he worked a fish stall. Well, no, that was his brother. I'm sorry, not a fish stall.
Memories of the first session coming back right now.
Yeah, no, but he'd always go and beg for money around the Temple of Kermi and a little bit north of there.
I wonder if Alice actually encountered this man.
Up for not having money.
What'd you say?
Oh, I was just saying, like, I wonder if Alice ever came across this man one time before. Who knows? I don't know, honestly. I'm just making a random remark. That's all. That's interesting. Well, why would you tell me this now?
I think that Jenny had like the sweets for him, but I don't know. I worry about that girl. Listen,
That's sweet.
I think that I don't know. I just there's something really weird here. I don't know what all you two were talking about,
Well,
but
just personal details about the case, of course.
I understand. Just I don't know. Just be careful out there. It's I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling.
Oh,
Like
yes, I definitely know there's a bad feeling around this town right now. But
look, if you're ever needing some help, yeah, I can always help you. I actually I do some divination magic on the side.
I got 3 levels in wizard. What up?
That's a nice
And
little...
and unlike in real life, divination is actually meaningful in this world.
I guess, I imagine so, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Maybe I will be able to take some help from that later on if you are willing to assist. I'll come back next time to if I need any help with something involving divination. All right?
Okay.
All right. And I will let you know after we settle the matters of this case on what that guy was all about and why he was specifically hung near your place and all.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I just want my workers to know how to be safe.
Yeah.
So anything we can ever do, just let me know. And you can always buy one of our chickens as thanks.
As thanks. Yeah. Later, though, I am rather strapped for cash.
Hey,
so...
no harm, no foul.
And I proceed to just walk out.
Everybody laughed.
All right. Thank you for the assistance, Miss Rebecca and Jenny.
Bye.
Pulls out phone 1 star.
Can I do a quick scout around of the area, outside of the thing or the main house, penthouse, farmhouse? I don't know what it is.
What are you looking for?
Just the general area of where the guy was hung, supposedly. I don't know. Do I have information on where that generally is?
Yeah, that was inside of the pen with all the chickens and stuff.
Okay. Wow. Oh, I thought it was outside or something.
Yeah.
20 feet from the... Okay. Wasn't there a fence that connects the inside to the outside or something like that? Just walls it off, I guess.
The pen itself is walls all around, with the exception of the fence that leads into the room you were just in. In addition to that, there's tarps, and only one of the buildings has an actual solid roof over the pen.
Amazing. All right. Now, what about the rooster? Because I was intrigued and thinking, do I really need to talk to an animal to figure out this stuff? Sure. I was okay. Where is he at again? He was put in by Miss Rebecca at, separate...
He's just inside the pen.
Oh, he's just inside the pen now. Okay. Okay. I would still want to do, a perception check around here for, is there anything that I would probably need? Because I'm just going to say probably going to come here later at night or something like that to talk to the rooster.
Okay,
I'm just throwing that out right now. I'm just throwing... Rayo's going to go a little off his knockers for the moment. I want to do a quick check of, is there any...
Evan, please have all
arcane...
of us also come with you when you go back there. And tell us that you're meeting somebody very important who you believe has...
No, don't worry. I have a very good... I'm going to have a very good reason to just tell you guys.
Okay.
I want to... I don't know. Do you want me to roll in, Arcana check since she does have divination or just magic in general for, possible, triggers or, some sort of, glyphs that I might activate if I trespass in the area?
Oh, looking for, magical traps?
Yeah, stuff like that around here.
You can kind of roll Arcana, yeah. So look around, you don't see any traps. You do notice that there is divination magic heavy on her. And also the door where you assume is probably her room, there's a lot of divination energy coming from there.
Right.
But there's no like traps or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Well, then that will be it. Okay, I'm gonna be heading out then.
Well, you have a nice day. You remember we got all these fowl ready to go.
I will let some people know about this. Don't worry.
And you exit.
Yep. Since I was never actually told to meet at the dojo of any sorts, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk right back to the the center castle. Yeah.
I was gonna say you could always like use your hood to.
That's right. Yeah, I could just do that. It's like, all right. So I go ahead and whisper into the cloak. It's like, okay, so I've checked my part. Are you guys all heading back to the castle?
I'm going to the dojo.
All right. What about you, Alice? Oh, hey, she's not done yet. All right. Mindy, what about you?
Mindy?
Oh, okay, no response.
GG.
Okay, Barzan, why are you going to the dojo? I thought you were going to the clucking hen or something.
Well, assuming this is
probably
appropriate, the amount of time
Alright,
that
I'm
it
back.
took me to get through my
this is probably when
situation.
this is probably like right after you finished your part as well, and you're
Correct.
just starting to head.
I have some information from the person that had the incident, the person that was involved in the incident, I should say. His daughter actually works at the dojo, so I'm on my way there.
Oh, okay.
To talk with her and see if there's any reason he would have been targeted.
I'll go. How about I go out and meet up with you and maybe help out a little if you could.
Sounds good. See you there.
All right. So then I guess in that case, change of plans. Heading to the dojo.
So, Alice, you've been approaching the dojo, and there's a guy outside kind of doing some stretches. You know, it's like rather late at night. He says, "Yo, what is up?"
This is gonna be great.
Come on in. You don't have to worry about me. I'll close my eyes.
From an NPC that is super shy to a PC that is super shy.
This is gonna be great.
I'm here to possibly ask some questions.
Go on right in.
Oh.
I'm just outside stretching. I'm just a student, man.
Oh, okay, just walk right in.
Yeah, go ahead. Right on in.
Okay. Alice just walks in.
So you walk in. You see there are a couple people doing some exercises, some training. There's a couple people sitting at like a small table eating, and you see that there's what looks to be a man, just sitting on a cushion, kind of like on a small stage at the end of the room, which you could probably guess is like the headmaster person.
Is there it's just like a full-on stage and there's no one, there's no like clear way straight to him?
Yeah, you could just walk, it's not a high stage, it's like maybe 2 feet tall.
Alice, I guess we'll walk around on the outside, try and make our way to someone, or at least try and find someone who isn't busy.
So I don't think maybe I gave proper credit. The entire room is like an open floor with the exception of a stage that's at the opposite end of the room.
Okay.
So
yeah, I understood that. I'm assuming that right now the master is watching students possibly practice, and then there might be people on the sides that aren't doing anything.
Yeah, sure.
We can ask them, possibly talk to the master.
Okay, so you see there's a group of 2 guys just kind of chilling at the one end, just kind of leaning up against the wall, not really doing anything specifically.
So I guess Alice will walk up to them. And
hey there, little girl, what's going on?
I hate all of these people.
I'm trying to possibly talk to the person in charge.
Oh, that's going to be the guy right on the cushion.
Oh, okay. Do I just walk right up to him?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
It's very open.
Thank you. Alice just makes her way over to the person on the cushion. She doesn't know if there's a master or not. She don't know.
He don't know. She don't know.
See, you approach and he has his eyes closed. He opens an eye and says, "Hey man, what's going on?"
Hey man.
I'm here to possibly ask them questions. There's a situation going down. If we could possibly talk more private, I would appreciate it.
Hey, mi casa is su casa. Look, everywhere here. This is our private
Are
sanctuary.
they fucking Jamaican now? What the hell?
Say we will.
So what we're discussing could possibly be alarming to.
No
Yeah.
worries. All of my students are sworn to secrecy.
Persuade?
You sure?
Persuasion roll?
Yeah. No, look, we're all Gucci, man. Good.
I really
I
don't
mean-
like these guys.
Okay, if that's the case.
You're heading here very soon, too.
If that's the case. Well, there's actually I'm here to ask questions about possibly any connection to a string of murders that have been happening.
Whoa, it's a string of what did you say, murders? Whoa. That's nuts, man. Wait, you said murders with an S?
Yep.
We did have one here.
Oh, no.
I don't no, it was just the one here, I think. Yeah, just the one.
Could I possibly give you the details, or at least did anything strike you odd, or were you the person that ended up?
Yeah, I came across the body, and it was the oddest thing. There was a dead body hanging from my dojo. Like, how can you get more odd than that?
So is there anything odd or anything that struck you as odd?
Yeah, the dead body, man.
Maybe I need to look more clear. The marks that were on the body, possibly what caused anything strange or anything that may have taken notice.
Oh yeah, there's well, the eyes were completely burnt out. That was a little bit odd, and the wound I'd probably place it at about 3 inches long, maybe half an inch wide. Look, I spent some time with a blade in my youth, and that's definitely a blade.
A blade, you said?
Yeah, easy. There's no other ways that we could get a mark like that.
Why would the eyes be burned out though?
It beats me. Maybe just had too much, like, I don't know, kush or something. I don't know.
Oh my God! Why, Dylan? Why?
I mean, you know, it's
What a white boy.
It's just a joke we tell around here about like fish. I don't know. Like, you wouldn't understand. But yeah, look, I don't really know. I've never seen any burnt eyes or anything. That's.
I know it's great. She would know exactly what they're talking about, but it's because they're using the terminology or Kush that she doesn't know. So Alice is gonna be like, so what exactly do you or your students practice here?
Well, right now we're just kind of doing a free flow session. You know, just everyone doing whatever. We every morning at 6 a.m. we get started on some warm up exercises. Train for a few hours. You know, have some lunch, bro out a little bit, sis out. You know, because it was really unfortunate. And he kind of like looks up and says, you know, the girl who died here, she was one of our newest attendees, and it was real tragic.
Did you possibly know anything that might be happening or anything that might be connected to her?
Yeah, I mean, no, she didn't do anything. She's just a nice person. I guess they kill people for being nice nowadays. I don't know.
So, Alice is kind of going to detail everything that she understands from the wound. There's that So does she also know like the time that the murders, like, because they were at 9 o'clock, right? We did
That's
all.
what you were told. Is they're all about 9 o'clock.
Okay, and what did he just say that they're usually doing around 9?
At 9 p.m., they're not doing
Not
anything.
doing anything here. All right.
Yeah, I mean, like those who stay are sleeping, to wake up early the next morning.
So I guess we'll ask. Does your dojo practice thing a weapon?
The only weapons here are our mind, our hands, and our legs, and yeah, our feet too sometimes. Yeah, we look back when I was younger. I fought in a war. I didn't quite like what I saw, so I don't really use the weapons. I don't really like teaching people to use weapons.
Okay. If that's the case, mind if I ask?
Can you speak a little bit closer to the mic? You're cutting in and out a lot.
Could I possibly ask some of the AE? Well, actually, I'll just raise alarm. So let's see. He discovered the body. Girl who.
Man, I don't know what's going on. He's like,
So, Alice is like, when did the girl start?
Probably, I don't know, a couple months ago. I think it was like about 14 weeks ago.
14 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, not really anything else I could really ask. Just be aware that is going on. I'll leave it up to you to discuss with students. Possible.
Yeah, man. No worries. Look, is there like anything else I can assist you with or something?
No, not necessarily. Maybe, perhaps, do you know what kind of weapon that could have made that kind of hole? Because the wound itself, actually, the blood seemed to stop flowing.
Yeah, I've never heard of something like that, but like I said before, only a blade could create something that that precise. I mean, simple stuff. I'd place it at maybe a little bit thinner than a traditional longsword. Well, it looks like it was probably from behind, I would guess. I don't quite think it was straight to the chest, but I would have to look at the body more.
Okay.
Something tells me that maybe a rapier.
Alice takes his hand and walks him to the castle. But like the guy's like, where are we going? And Alice just is quiet the whole time.
Yeah. See. Just to clarify, nobody in the dojo and your style itself does not use weapons in their practices.
No, man. We're strictly a non-weapon group unless you count our body parts weapons. Kerchow.
It's fucking Lightning McQueen.
Oh my god.
Good job.
I guess we have a bunch of guns in here, if you know what I mean.
Oh
No, I don't. But thank you.
They reference the large biceps to like guns and stuff. I don't quite understand, since a gun is a weapon of war or sport. Traditionally, guns don't look anything like a bicep. In fact, the whole entire mechanism of it just doesn't really make much sense to me. But
I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me information I didn't have before. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, man. If you ever want to stop by, look, we offer lessons. It's always good to know how to defend yourself.
Oh man.
Actually, kind of curious. What does your style entail anyway?
Oh,
Well, back when I was, a bit younger, I participated. I was, went to a monastery. Um, from there, I was kind of drafted into the war. Fought for a while, and I decided to pursue my own things. I know there are a lot of different names for it, but some call it way of the what is that? I don't know. Way of the open hand was a big one back in the day. Way of the kensei was what I did when I was, kind of a soldier.
I half expected you to say Haman. I practiced Haman. I was gonna be like, "Fuck, get the fuck out of here."
But Alice, practice the way of the kensei, but you teach the way of the open hand.
Sorry, you cut out halfway through.
You teach kensei, but you learned kensei, but you teach the art of the open hand.
Well, back when I was younger, I learned way of the open hand, and when I was drafted to war, I was soon taught way of the kensei by another one of my sensei who was also drafted, and he's the one that really taught me that. I don't engage with that anymore. Like I said, the no weapons.
Okay. So Alice is gonna be like taking all this information. Wants to roll insight. See if anything felt odd. Is that okay, Del?
Yeah, go ahead.
Everything was 100% legit.
Yeah, everything's 100% legit.
Well, Alice is just going to be again. Well, as I did before, thank you for your time. I'll be on my way. Oh, if something catches my interest, I may ask one of the students a question or two.
Man, it's fine. They don't know anything, but you're welcome to it.
They're all stupid.
No, I mean, he wasn't very open about it happening to the students.
But Alice's turn, and she is going to roll up strong. See if anything seems odd or whatnot. Maybe someone's eyeing the conversation we're having.
Let's see it. You do see, so just the general room description is as I gave it before. You do hear one person is playing like dominoes. And there are two people that are discussing this. They're having a conversation about the girl who used to go here, and the one says, "Yeah, it's I haven't seen Monica in like what a day or two. That's really odd. She comes here every single day. I wonder what happened to her. Weird. Yeah, I bet it was her father again. That guy always. Look, I don't know why he's so obsessed with gardening. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look, how could you not be obsessed with plants? I mean, plants are the greatest thing. Come on, Gerald. Look, what? My name's not Gerald. Why do you? God.
Connect the dots.
My name's Devin. We've been. How? Are you drunk again? Hey, no, you're drunk. But that's really the only.
Are these two like about to start fighting?
No.
Damn. I thought they were gonna start like having a small fight. Now it's like, no, don't.
No, they're just pointing and like
You're drunk. No, you're wasted.
But really nothing else of note is being mentioned.
Because Alice doesn't know about the other talk.
The other what?
The other members like Barthon and the Rail. She isn't aware of all that information they were just talking about.
Yeah.
So
we're on our way.
So you guys are all collectively going to meet up essentially once Alice's thing is done. Do you have any questions you want to ask anybody, Traven? Any?
No, unless something, if you deem my role to be high enough to notice something besides just that conversation and the information you heard.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's all. The students don't the students don't know that the murder happened.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
So, yeah, I mean, nothing really special is going on.
All right. Yeah. I was kind of like half hoping you were gonna do something with Alice, and then I was gonna like have this little girl teach some of these students some respect.
You can, if you wanna approach some of the people training, we can do a scene.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just
Alice is gonna be noticing like some of the fighting, and she's gonna have like a slight interest into it because she has an interest in like the body movement and whatnot. Then Alice is like, are they sparring? And she walks up to like someone who I guess kind of also looking.
Yeah, well, if you see there, Teddy's actually he's about to be getting his next belt. He's about to do. If you want to stay and wait a minute, you can watch. They're about to do a fight. See how it goes.
I maybe spar.
Yeah, I mean, people here are pretty open. And he kind of just gestures out. He's like, "What kind of person do you want to spar?"
Not picky. It could be anyone. I'll let you choose.
Well, I'll spar with you. Don't worry. I'll take it easy on you.
Oh, thank you.
And so he takes you over to like an area that's like a cube that's about 10 by 10.
Okay.
And he says, "All right. What are the rules?"
I'm mostly just curious of your guys' style. Could you maybe teach some basic? Maybe I could practice them on you.
Well, the stuff I teach you, keep in mind you won't be able to use outside of this context. But yes, I can teach you.
I'm not expecting to gain anything. So.
Okay, that's fine. So he begins teaching you Way of the Open Hand. So, Way of the Open Hand. I don't know how familiar you are with it, but it's essentially I think it's the most classic interpretation of like what a monk is in video games.
Yeah, it is.
So it's essentially like general hand movements. It's kind of specifically in D&D. It's about adjusting your ki through it and basically manipulating your ki through your body to add additional force. And so he says, "So look, this is what we can do. I'll teach you this basic technique. All you have to do is focus the ki in your body and direct it towards your palm. And when done correctly..." What did you say?
Alice just looks at her palm. She just lifts it up and just stares at it.
And when it's all said and done, if you have your ki focused, you can knock somebody down with it very easily, regardless of their size.
Oh,
if you want, okay. I can show it. I can demonstrate on you if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I'd like that.
Yeah, I won't do any damage, but
you're in a safe haven. You'll heal over time.
So he
save.
What'd you say?
You want to roll a strength save?
You're gonna roll actually a dex save.
Dex save, even though it's a blunt force.
Because
I'm just going off of it. It's a dex save.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he gently but quickly basically force palms you, and you're knocked to the ground.
Oh. Okay.
Instantly.
Whoa.
Dylan, that's not a. All right.
It is. It's the basic feature of Way of the Open Hand.
Oh, okay. You're going off the class itself. All right.
What'd you say?
You're going off the class itself. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you'd like, I can show you how to push you. I can potentially push you 15 feet back.
What else is like gonna get up? Like, okay, let me try.
Okay, go ahead.
And what do we do with this then? You want me to just do
How will
strength?
she attempt it?
I'm just gonna give the person advantage on a dex saving throw.
Okay. That's good.
So you like force palm, but he doesn't like move. He's like, here, try again. So, boop, boop. And you try again. He's like, make sure you're focusing your key in your hand. And it's very important that you're channeling your inner key. Take a deep breath if you need to, and imagine the energy within you flowing directly to your hand. I'm just gonna get it because I was a 1. So you do. So you force palm, and you can choose either knock him to the ground or blast him 15 feet backwards.
Yeah, less than 15 feet back.
Of course,
Okay.
that's the best choice.
Yeah.
So you blast him 15 feet backwards. He lands on his feet because it doesn't knock him prone. But you knock him 15 feet backwards, and he says, excellent job.
Oh.
He says, eventually, if you practice with open hand enough, you can use the most powerful thing in existence.
Fuck.
Most powerful thing in existence.
It's actually funny. Wave the open hand, the level 17th ability. If you use it, regardless, as long as the target is on the same plane of existence as you, if they fail a Constitution saving throw, they're reduced to 0 hit points.
Yeah, that's quivering hand.
It's fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Gee, no one plays the monk in our group. How dare we?
That's like the one thing that makes it.
Rombo is a monk.
It's either that or you do Way of
Then
Long
you gotta
Death.
change it
It's
to
never-
Ramos.
Yeah.
One shot everything.
And Rommel's a pothead. He'll fit in with everybody here.
Actually, want to say.
Well, he
Actually
doesn't do pot. He does more. He does some hard drugs.
The stronger drugs, yeah, the hard.
Strong drugs.
Definitely.
There's Molly.
Yeah, the mall.
That was his girlfriend's name. Told her for drugs.
But okay, Alice's interest was piqued. And she's just like, okay. She's like leaving the dojo. She's staring at her hands. Like, whoa.
And so as you're exiting the dojo, you see the rest of the gang, after splitting up looking for clues, gathers up close.
Hey, gang, what did you find?
I'm looking for a man named Rook.
Man named Rook? Oh.
Says he frequents here. I got questions.
I'm looking for the daughter of the man that was hung at the
Wow, straight out.
at the
Collecting hen.
yeah, clucking hen.
Oh. What are you looking for, Rail?
Oh, I'm just here to help out Barthon in his search for this daughter.
Oh, well, I didn't really learn too much from me. I ended up hearing from the Grandmaster here that apparently he thinks that a weapon or a blade of some sort is what made the holes. And I heard some slight talking between these students. Something about this gardener who had a daughter who went here, and then the daughter was the one who was hanged here. Something about that.
Oh.
Well, then that sounds like the girl I was looking for.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes, because the man that was hanged was a gardener, and his daughter was working here as a
Student?
what was it? Not a student. She was. What was it, Dill?
She's a student here.
Oh, you said something else. It started with a P.
Practitioner?
Practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Practitioner of the arts.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. So, two of them were related to each other, and the one that I found, he was just a person in great debt, apparently. The only person in town that had debt, actually, or as they say.
Oh. rolls going on. Please. But so what
Still
was the
trying
name?
to get his
What was the
rolls
name
out.
that? What was the name that almost said bourbon? Barthon said.
Rook.
Rook. Did Alice overhear those two say Rook or?
No. The name of the rook that. No, sorry.
Rook was the one that Harmon said.
I said
Harmon
Rook.
said Rook. Joe
Yeah,
said Brooks.
All right.
Brooks was a practitioner of the arts, the daughter of the gardener.
All
I
right.
didn't get a name for that though.
I was gonna say, if the character we're looking for is named Brooks or Rook Brooks, I'm gonna kill you, Dylan.
Rook.
Wait,
What?
nothing.
But that funny enough that you were asking about that you were saying about the weapon. I mean, I thought we had that pretty much determined when we were inside the morgue, makeshift morgue that they had set up there.
You guys hear me right now? Headset.
We can hear you a little bit,
Right.
but not much.
Not much.
But I decided to ask a bit about the Colosseum, and there is a champion of the Colosseum, named Brooks. I believe it was Brooks, right? Not Brooks. Or was that just the slang?
It was Brooks. Yeah.
Okay.
I had said, I don't know. For some reason I mixed up the name of the daughter with actual Brooks, which is the Coliseum person. The name of the daughter is not Brooks. It's just we don't have the name announced, so that's why.
Who?
So yeah, apparently he was a champion at some point, and he wielded quite an odd sword that was a rapier sort of weapon, but more of a long sword that was cut in half.
Oh, maybe the Grandmaster knows who that was.
Did you get the Grandmaster's name?
Oh no.
Okay.
Maybe you should have done that.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Because we're compiling a list of possible suspects.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the only person who actually got names of the people they talked to is Kevin.
Kinda.
I mean, we can just go ask. Sure, he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why don't we do that?
Walk in.
Yeah, why don't we just do that?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I just...
I don't know.
I'm being cautious because I don't like what's going on.
I don't either, but because Dylan's got something planned.
I'm being, I feel meta cautious, which is bad.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'm still gonna go with it. It's fine.
Alice is already walking back in.
Okay. Is the rest of the gang walking back in?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just go as well.
Okay, so you guys walk back in, and you guys want to go talk to the headmaster?
Alice, you should be cautious.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the only one that's allowed to be cautious.
Actually, I have a question.
Not.
Yeah. Yes. What's your question?
So, because of obviously the whole natural tracker and whatnot, and how you've been okay with me feeling like a slight killing intent from it.
No.
Did I feel like anything from the master at all?
I don't remember anything about killing intent from that ability.
Remember when we were at the lake and you said that I was feeling sort of I could do.
I said you could feel a primordial force. And the reason I gave you that was because it was like evil beyond evil.
All right.
Primordial.
Okay then, I can't do that.
Primeval.
Yes.
Well, there's a few others. Well, when I was going to the lake, but I won't. It's fine. I guess I'll just walk up to the Grandmaster, say hi.
Hey, what's up? Didn't we just talk?
I feel like if Alice said no, he would honestly say, "Oh, okay."
Do you want to try it?
No, Alice is not gonna try. Alice is like, "Oh, hello." So me and my companion talked, and we were generally curious about someone that apparently was never heard about. Thought maybe, which also I apologize. I never got you before.
Are you asking for my name?
I mean, I was just gonna tell you my name, not how
What's your name?
Alice.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, I go by many names. You know.
Oh.
I was born with Lucas. And then as I was going through my life, I was you know, I had a lot of names like the Annihilator and but most people nowadays just they call me Rook.
Oh,
Rook.
Yeah, what's
Why
up?
does the pothead
man?
have to be the one who goes to the bakery?
because it's pot brownies, bro.
Stereotyping.
Hey, you're the one stereotyping based off voice. I never said he smoked pot.
No, you said he mentioned the word push.
Alice is like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That doesn't mean he smokes pot.
And just the
I
final,
would never
you said
mention
Rook.
weed unless
You
you're
said Rook,
partaking
right?
in it.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Traven?
You said Rook, right? Rook. With an R.
Rook. R.
So, well, nice to meet you, Rook. My name is Alice. My companion heard about. My companion heard about this apparently a rumor about this great champion at one point in this Coliseum, and he actually had your name. I kind of want to assume that's you.
No.
No, it's a different name. Brooks.
Is Brooke? He's really his
The-
first daughter.
This guy is Rook with an R.
Okay.
The other person is Brooks with a B and an S.
Man, similar names are gonna be fun.
And the lady that was killed here was named Brooke.
No. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that's what's throwing me off. But
That's
alright,
why I clarified earlier before we walked in.
which my headset was also.
Mm.
But all right. So one time, Alice said Brooke, and that guy said Brooke. So I was like, we heard this. My companion heard this rumor about a great champion in a call called Brooke.
Yeah, Brooks. Brooks used to be a student of mine back in my soldiering days. Well, soon after.
Oh, well, where is he?
Oh, Brooks. She's I don't know, I guess she's a champion around here or something in the Coliseum. I don't really watch the Coliseum, but
Okay,
Excuse me.
yeah,
Rook, did you say your name was?
yeah. My name is Rook.
I got some questions for you.
Yeah, go away, man. I mean, go ahead, man. Sorry.
You
I
said
was gonna
go
say-
away,
I
man.
was gonna say go ahead and also ask away. Ask away, man.
Oh, this is already gonna be great.
You,
Alice is gonna see the conversation's at, so now she's gonna like slightly go off and then start like watching students trying to mimic the whole palm thing again.
Okay.
how do I say this?
I don't know, man.
You frequent the bakery, my friend, do you not?
Betcha.
Mm-hmm. And, well, you know about the incident that happened here, clearly.
Yes. I do. Yeah.
Well, an incident happened at that bakery, too.
Oh no, man. Was that like
Was any of the goblins? Those are some cool guys. I hope not.
No, I'm starting to think it was you.
You think that was the one, like, hanging there?
What?
Well, I asked, like, who was hanging there. If it was the goblins, and you said that you thought it was
What?
me.
No,
So, like,
no. Do you mean hanging as in hanging dead, like the body that was found there?
yeah, that's
Oh,
who
no.
I was asking. Like,
No, I didn't think you were dead there, dumbass.
well, maybe you should have worded questions better, there, compadre.
All right. Just for reference for what I'm doing, Mimpy's hand is slowly going to his dagger. Just so he holds it's still sheathed, but he's holding on to it.
Oh, go
Right.
ahead, man. I'm so scared of your little blade.
Oh no!
Probably,
Oh.
and I'm sure it's so much bigger than that blade in your pants. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying?
Joke's on you, I'm ethereal.
Oh man, so scary.
You even know what that means, dumbass?
Oh, I think I know more about it than you do, man.
I was like,
Listen
yo,
here.
this. It's like, hey, Mimpy.
No.
chill.
Let him speak. Let him
No,
speak.
no, Alice is now gonna start mimicking because she kind of likes the grandma. She's like, Mimpy, why don't you just chill, man?
Now you got her started up too.
Mimpy,
Yeah.
what's your deal?
Oh man.
Listen here.
Fuck.
I want to know if you know anything about these murders.
Yes, I mean, about the murders with an S, no, but I did tell this one right here about some of that information from this one. You know, it's very clearly a blade of some kind. You know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, yeah.
So mad. This fucking asshole.
He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, you did
Not doing anything.
not do anything. You
And he
didn't
made
do
fun of me. He called me short.
You can see.
So like
through
Alice,
it.
wait. So like Mimpy, did he say that he's mad that he called him short, or Harmony?
I'm pretty sure it's
Harmon.
Harmon. Yeah, Harmon's saying.
He had made a comment about your dick size, not about your height.
He called me short still, though, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
He doesn't like being called
That-
short.
So I guess like Alice overheard the comments, like the talk down Mimpy. I mean, from a logical standpoint, probably not the wrong.
Hey, anyways, man, just look. It's all right, miss. Look, we're just rankling each other a little bit, you know, ragging on each other like friends. Friend, what can I do for you?
You can start. You can start by cutting the bullshit.
I don't know what you
Oh.
mean.
I
man.
got 4 dead bodies on my hand, and you're at the location of 2 of them.
2 of them. What are you talking about,
You ever
man?
visit the Clucking Hen?
No,
You ever visit
I don't
the
drink, man.
I know, I didn't ask you that, dumbass, did I? I asked you if you've ever visited the Clucking Chicken.
Hey, man.
Alice like looks at Mimpy, he's like, Mimpy, if you keep it up.
Look, I don't like the vibe you're putting down here, man. Look, I ain't visiting no fucking clucking hen. And there was 1 body here, not 2. Why don't you get your facts right, detective bullshit?
I said you were at the location. that you had thought. I never said the second body was here. Why don't you stop smoking weed and get off your high horse, you piece of... I got dead bodies, but people...
Okay.
What are you
so
talking about?
I'm not a part of this now.
Alice
talking
is going
about
to start
shit
grabbing
about
Mimpy.
vegetables.
No. Let him talk. Look, he has to air his grievances, ma'am. Step away. Just let him be.
Oh.
Chill.
Oh no.
And then Alice is like, hey, chill.
You're saying my fair-tempered friend.
Well,
Very
well,
temperate.
while this is happening, Barthon's just gonna be meditating.
Meditating!
Because apparently
What I said.
this is quite exciting.
What I said was I want to know what you know about the murders besides the blade. Did you know the victim, Brooks?
Well, the victim's name was not Brooks. That was a miscommunication we cleared up like 10 minutes ago. But this, her name, she was Katie. She was a daughter of some guy. I don't know
Some
that
guy.
guy. But she'd been here for a few months. She was a really good student. Showed up every day, on time, no questions asked. Really disappointed to see her go.
Did you have any more than a professional relationship with Katie?
No, man. I mean, helped her learn martial arts, way the open hand. But that's it. Nothing more between us.
How well was she with the way of the open hand?
I mean, she's a pretty talented practitioner of the martial arts. She was actually supposed to be going to tournament soon, but I guess that didn't really come to fruition.
So you say she was pretty good.
At the martial arts, yes, that is what I'm saying. She was a pretty good martial artist,
Why would somebody be able to kill a martial artist who's been practicing the strongest martial art in the world?
That's actually, that's a good question. I know you say that.
Only one person could ever do this, and he reveals who could.
Look at
he pulls off his mask. It's Kermit, and he's like, "You solved my problem. It's been me the whole time."
You're little pieces of shit.
I think that the only way that she could have been killed is if she was assassinated. I mean, there's no way that she would have. I can't really think of her losing in a straight-on fight. So whoever you're looking for is pretty sneaky.
Thank you for your help, sir.
Yeah, anytime. Look, man, you ever want to just chill with us? You're welcome. I like the spunk.
I like the spunk.
Oh,
Said
man.
that such just a weird fucking way.
This guy is high, sorta.
He's not high.
Yes, he is. You mentioned Kush, and I like you mentioned Kush, and then immediately later when we said he does pot, you're like, I never said he did pot. Why would you ever mention Kush? Why would anybody in their entire life mention weed?
You astray.
What?
I'm making you jump to conclusions about people because they
you're
sound like
making
they're
us test
stoned.
our morality. I'm sorry.
No, it's not
Oh
just
my
humor.
God.
I walk into the fucking head and see a black guy. He must be the crime. He must be the murderer. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
There's a
ladies?
black guy right across the street. He looks shitty.
Oh.
All right. Alice, we're out of here.
Alice is meditating.
Next to Barthon. God damn it.
I just have this image where like Alice and Bart, like if this
These
was like
two.
a TV show or something, Rook is like sitting there calmly, just kind of like Vic from F is for Family is kind of how I picture him,
Oh lordy.
Fucking hell.
but like visually, and then like fucking Mimpy's across like in his full suit of armor, like basically like yelling at them. You have like Rayld standing like with his like
Usual
pinching his
stick.
nose, flipping down, shaking his head, and then fucking Barthon and Alice in the background like meditating. Man, it's such a good scene.
Wow.
So
Wow.
at this point, it's about 8:30 or so, 8:40.
So we're going to the Coliseum.
To the
This late
Coliseum.
at night.
I don't know. What do you want us to do, DM?
I mean, you can. I mean, I'm just surprised.
Very surprised indeed.
I mean, there's not really any other points that we could do unless we just want another murder to happen. Unless we all just want to patrol the street.
I mean,
That might have more worse consequences.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Another person dying? Ah.
Yeah, that other person could be us.
We can never die.
Roll a new character sheet at some boys.
Wait.
You're right. We can't die, but the world can.
You can die.
Wow, thanks, Dylan. I didn't know that.
You can die. I'm like, oh, wow.
I wonder what caused the PTSD of a certain character last session.
Oh, wow.
You could die.
A game dropped that I didn't even realize dropped.
What?
Crackdown 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That game.
I didn't even realize it dropped.
I don't know.
so
what else can we do now?
So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to possibly patrol the streets, or do you want to go to the Coliseum? Right now it's 8:30, and there's possibly another murder happening out there.
Well, is there going to be anything happening at the Coliseum? Like, is there like a match supposedly starting there or something?
This late? No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, so...
No, I say we patrol a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't see any reason to go to the Coliseum at that point right now.
Yeah, there won't be anybody there.
So with where the murders have happened so far, I don't think they'll happen in the same place twice. So how about we have someone go in the northwest, top left corner, someone going to the east. Although I guess it's not a great idea for us to split up now, is it? For this.
I would not say so.
I don't know. Dill, how long would it take for us to get to each other again? It's 2 turns if we were on opposite sides of the town or something. If we were in combat.
If on opposite sides, probably about 3 turns.
3 turns. Oh lordy. I don't know. We gotta start somewhere, guys.
Could always travel in pairs.
I say we travel in pairs. That way, if this assassin shows up.
Okay.
I am actually kind of interested. Just from curiosity's sake, if we had to split you up into pairs, who's your let's just set this up now. Are you guys more interested in just random partners, or are you interested in forming your
party?
Your official partners.
Your official buddy cop when you guys split up. I don't know if you guys want to keep the same person, if you want to just mix it up each time.
I don't really.
Honestly, I don't care. Do it random. I'm gonna say we're all on equal standing with each other.
Okay, so
who's to say?
So let's see. I'm gonna pick Kevin. You're going to. We're gonna roll a d4.
Oh boy.
If it's one in the order of 1, 2, 3, Harmon, Joe, Traven. So Joe and Kevin, and Traven and Harmon.
All right, sure, that works.
You know what's weird? That's the order. That's the grouping we always go in. I always go with Alice.
Yeah.
Well, let's mix it up then.
No. I have spoken.
So we're gonna go Harmon and evens Joe, odds Kevin. All right, Joe and Harmon, Kevin and Traven.
Okay.
Right.
This is gonna be like the Manticore fight now from 3rd session.
Or thought maybe we're gonna be together, just all of a sudden Mimpy's gone. Showed up.
Alice, I've returned.
Oh.
Joe and Harmon, where do you guys want to go? Patrol.
Where were the in cardinal directions? Where were the other bodies located?
They're on the map right now. They're the black hands things.
Oh, okay. I thought that was us when we were moving around.
Oh no.
Well, theoretically it was, because that's all the places where the dead bodies.
Yeah.
I say I can't fucking see the bottom of the map. God damn it.
Zoom out, boy.
No, I did zoom out. I have to zoom back in and scroll down. Joe, do you want to take the west area? Or the east, I mean? We're going to take the east.
Okay.
Yeah, wait,
Like-
muted.
Joe is he's doing stuff, I guess.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah.
Busy guy.
Boy.
Wait,
At
hold on
12
one
at
sec.
12:51.
Oh. I was muted.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh.
I have been
That's good.
saying stuff the entire time.
Oh.
And I was wondering why nobody was
No.
listening to me.
I can just imagine Joe
So
comes
literally,
downstairs.
Harmon's like, I don't know. Where do you want to go? And I'm like, 162. And he's like, I think we should go east. And I'm like, 162.
Alright, that was actually the area I was thinking of. But, well, I just imagine you walking downstairs in the morning and seeing Dylan and be like, what's up, asshole? Whoa, what happened?
Whoa.
You all ignored me last night.
Okay, so where are Kevin, Traven? Where are you guys going?
I mean,
42?
So we got
we could search like the northwest.
northwest.
That's what I would probably suggest.
Give me like a number range.
42. Right here,
Okay.
where I'm marking.
Dill has planned a murder.
Wait, what'd you say, Harmon?
I feel like Dill's planned where the murder's gonna take place, and he was wondering
you
if we
know
were gonna
he
pick
is.
that spot.
You know
Oh,
he
I
is.
already have it planned. Like,
Probably
wherever
got
you
the next
guys.
10 days planned.
It doesn't even matter where we go. He has a plan, and it's gonna happen. And
Just
we're gonna-
move the murder.
Exactly, and then we just gotta like find it the next morning or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Also
What?
going into this work simple device. Fulfill his
I'm gonna roll a die to see who goes first.
Evens odds.
The short group is evens. The taller group is odds.
That makes 0 sense.
Yeah, let's say what?
Well, we have
Does it?
Mimpy who and his collection of gnomes and a dwarf, and then the other side we have the slightly taller human and tallest human.
you man.
I don't get it.
Taller.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so Kevin and
Fucking candle
Traven,
wouldn't go out. I'm sorry.
you guys are walking around, just kind of patrolling, and you see, as you're patrolling that general area, out of number 48 there.
Okay.
Sorry, out of 48, you see the painter guy that you talked to earlier, and he says, "Oh, hey, I didn't expect to see you guys here.
Oh, hello there. I know.
Do you want to come in for dinner? I mean, we just finished, but we have some leftovers."
No, thank you. We thank you for the generous offer. We are currently just doing some patrolling. We'll say.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. What are you guys patrolling?
Or making sure that the area is safe is all. That's all.
Oh, is the area normally safe?
Usually.
Usually.
Oh,
That's
But it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of reinforcement.
yeah. You guys sure you don't want anything to drink?
Wait out. But I have some water.
Yeah, of course. Give me a moment. He goes back inside. He comes out and with like a cup of water. He says, "Here you go." Hands it to you.
I was going to be like, thank you.
Might want to do a medicine check in Curse.
I was down deep.
Damn. Alice is now slowly gonna start taking poison every day.
I mean, it's solid. It's good water.
Okay.
Says, "Well, you guys have fun."
Gus. He's like the most genuine character.
I
Alice,
just think
like,
it's funny.
He gave her water.
What did you say?
That Alice, like, gave her water.
So he heads back inside and says, "Oh, well, you guys have a nice night." And he heads inside.
Wait, I never handed back the glass.
Take the glass.
Oh, he comes outside. "Oh, I forgot to take the glass from you. Sorry."
Then stabs her.
You can keep the glass.
Hey, Dill, by chance, did he happen to talk to his wife and want to tell anybody in Red Cloaks anything?
Yes, I did talk to my wife. She said she hasn't really been anywhere. She went to the theater the other day, yesterday. But tell your friend she didn't go to any of those places he mentioned.
Okay.
Yep. Bye.
All right.
Have a
Take
good
care.
night.
Take care.
So he heads on,
Christ.
and you guys patrol, and you see like some kids are out and about, even though it's a little bit late. And Kevin, since you have perfect timekeeping in your head,
Hell yeah.
9 o'clock passes, and
10
nothing
seconds.
happens.
We don't hear anything.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and whisper in our cloak to everyone, saying like, all right, it just passed 9 o'clock.
Oh,
Did
I
anything
don't know why I
happen?
said oh.
Yeah, like what?
Are you PC now, Dill?
PC, bro.
PC bro, Dill's now playing with us. He's no longer the DM. Everyone.
So switching over to the other two, you guys are kind of milling about, and a child walks up to you and says, "Hey, misters, do you want to play catch with me?"
Sure,
Sorry,
I guess.
Well,
Oh.
Mimpy, go right ahead.
All right, kid, go long.
What?
All right. What?
Oh.
What?
Oh. He got it.
What?
I asked you what you said, Garvin.
I said, all right, kid, go
Go
long.
along.
Oh, I thought you
All
said
right,
move
go
along.
long. And
I
then
thought you were
went,
like the
what?
kid didn't understand what Mimpy was saying.
So the kid just takes out running, like looking behind him as he runs.
Like he's so innocent, and then just Mimpy chucks the fucking ball.
Let me see his strength throw.
Just beams the
Is
kid
this
in
like
the
a
back of the
baseball,
head.
a softball, or like a football?
No, neither. This is like a kickball
Made out of hide.
made out of hide.
Is that
Oh, fucking
specific?
punt that into the back of his head, please.
Do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can I
Oh my-
roll to see how hard I throw it?
You're gonna roll to see how hard and then how accurate. So roll strength first.
And then you roll. Okay, fairly
Oof.
good.
Okay.
And then you roll dex.
All right, hold on. I gotta actually go.
Wait, tell me
in the
where you're
menu.
trying to aim before you throw.
The nuts. The
Oh,
nuts.
No pressure.
is there a wooden sign hanging down from the from like a shop?
Oh.
Don't break a sign.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
try it. I'm just gonna make it spin. It's okay. I have
Not the sign.
16 gold. I can pay for it.
Is it a rotating sign though?
Well,
I'd like
let's see.
to-
Roll that.
Oh, this is gonna
No.
be fun.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I was looking for my decks.
Oh no.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and you throw, and you just he's running along. And you throw it at a sign, and the sign spins, and it bounces off. And the kid like looks down and says, "Wow, that was a really terrible throw. I was over here."
I
You-
was
you-
aiming for the sign, kid.
He shakes his head and picks his ball and says, "Wow, adults really suck at ball." He just walks away with the ball.
What'd you say?
I said adults really suck at ball.
Let me show you something, kid. And I grabbed the ball from him.
No.
I'd say yes. Wait, that's what I'm saying.
Oh!
That. There we go.
Oh!
Matter. So you try to grab the ball, and he just like rips it away. And he says, "Wow, and you're weak too."
Oh my god, I'm going to stab a child
My
today.
guys were like,
Oh no!
Let's not hold it back.
This is
you
horrible.
saved the prince from a dragon. If that's not the case, look at you. You can't throw a ball.
Maybe gonna lose
You
his
should
shit
listen
now.
to your elders and learn to respect them.
My elders? What are you, 80?
Listen here, you little shit. If you don't go home right now, you're gonna get murdered
Perception
tonight.
of the general area.
Alright,
Murder me.
wait, no, let me
Guard.
finish. No,
Stop.
God.
Still unfinished. Joker.
Well,
Oh, no.
You're gonna get murdered
So-
out on the street, and we're
so-
looking for him.
so we were patrolling for a murder. A murder certainly did happen.
A strong murder by words.
As you say you're gonna get murdered, he begins yelling for guards.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Barthon, save him, senior guard.
Hey, let me harken back to why. Because if we recall back in the last campaign when Steve was like, "You're all going to die," that's how he opened up a speech, and the crowd went wild. And he's like, "Well, that's not fair. They didn't listen to what I had to finish saying." And it's like, yeah, if you're telling somebody they're gonna die, they're not gonna give you time to finish the rest of your thought.
Well, then fuck this kid. He deserves to die.
Oh my god!
Why are you holding such a fucking grudge?
Oh,
It's a child.
it's a child that you only met for like a minute.
He called me weak.
There's about 3 of them, and what's going on here?
I'm trying to warn this wonderful young man about the potential dangers of a murder that's on the street right now that we're
He's trying
investigating.
to murder me.
That is not what I said in the slightest. I said if you stay out here, you're gonna get murdered because there's a murderer on the streets. I never said I would be doing the murder, but I would.
He's trying to kill me.
I want to kill this kid so bad.
Harmon, I want to see a persuasion roll to see if we can convince the guard.
Don't go to jail.
I swear to God, this kid's gonna get me arrested.
Don't go to jail like COVID things alive.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Oh. I can't breathe.
Listen,
I
officer,
can't either.
this is a big misunderstanding. I'm just trying folks. We're looking for the murder that's been happening around here, and I warned this child who's
See my
playing on the
cloak? I'm
street
official.
at the time that let me finish. At the time of the official murders of the other days, that he should go home. It's not safe. He could get murdered.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh, there we go.
Look, no, he definitely said he was trying to murder me. He gets plus 3 to his persuasion.
I don't care about what a kid thinks.
Get wrecked, kid!
The guy-
yeah,
so,
little
yeah.
kid.
Look, kid, just head on out. It's not safe. And the guard claps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, no, look, I understand. You know, misunderstandings happen. Hey, keep up the good work."
He's just a kid, and he doesn't know any better. You see, I may be a weak adult man, but he's just a
Harmon,
tiny
you're gonna
kid.
make
I may be a baby man, but he's a baby kid.
Well,
He's a baby brain.
the kid, as he walks away, like looks at you and gives you a glare, Harmon.
The kid will remember this.
Kid,
Remember
don't
this.
make me tell your mom
Plot
what
develop-
to do.
Oh, gee.
Wait, what did you just say?
Did you just say that? I know the guards are fucking.
Hold on.
Harmon,
Barthon, shut Mimpy up.
I said, don't make me
To
tell
do this,
your mom
that means
what you
if
were
I do both, they
doing.
get arrested as well.
I threatened to tell him straight. How do I phrase this? To tattle on him to his mother. Not a big threat. Calm down, everybody.
Dude, this
I
is
didn't
great.
pull out my knife and say it.
This is
So he
great.
points at you and says, "You're an asshole."
I am what I eat, kid.
Like one of the guards gives you a look. I'm like, what?
It's disgusting individual.
Very
So-
disgusting.
So Harmon, I thought you said don't make me plow your mother out first.
Oh, no, I did not threaten
I
to tell
thought
her.
you said that.
I
Okay,
threatened
so-
to
dying.
So
threatened to tattle
as
on
you guys
him.
are patrolling the area, a 9 o'clock comes and passes without any issues.
Mm.
God, fucking arms.
Swear to
God,
fucking Christ,
fucking-
there's a death at the Coliseum. I'm gonna be pissed.
Why would there have been a death? Because no one's there. No one's there to die.
It was in the streets,
Well,
possibly when
it
those
doesn't-
bodies
it
also
doesn't-
died.
You know, they could have been kidnapped and probably dragged there. Who knows?
Well, then you two could have gone and patrolled the Coliseum.
You dude couldn't have to start a little fight with the kid.
Yeah, that was completely
That
unnecessary.
fight was entirely in his hands.
I'm not gonna say anything about that. And so some of the guards come by and they say, "Hey, did you happen to find the murder? We've been patrolling and we haven't seen anything. I think the killings have stopped."
Well, I was looking around.
Well, we've been searching. We've got quite a bit of information. The person that's kind of on our list right now is an individual named Brooks.
Huh.
A champion that used to be at the Coliseum here.
I'm familiar.
Accusing them of anything, but from the sounds of it, they are one of the prime suspects at this point.
Okay. Well, you keep up the good work, man. We really appreciate you spending the time to help our town out.
I'm gonna roll insight on these people.
On the guards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What are you trying to decipher?
If they're actually guards?
I guess that's a fair answer.
Oh. I'm glad that I'm
would that be
recording all this, you
investigation or
guys.
insight, though?
What'd you say?
Would that be investigation or insight?
That's insight.
Okay.
I guess it'd probably be investigation, but
Well,
You know,
that
no,
would be a 26
26.
on
Yeah,
investigation.
so they're guards. You've actually spoken to these ones before.
Okay.
Oh, they would have recognized them then.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, they're honest. They're the ones you met before. They are the guards of the town.
Okay.
Um.
Do they seem like they're actually genuinely happy about?
Yeah. Like they honestly they look
Okay.
They
really relieved that another murder hasn't came up and that you guys are here to kind of help out with the investigation.
What time is it right now, Dylan? Is it like?
At this point, it's probably about 10.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I guess word will probably spread fast enough within an hour if something did happen. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask what information they have collectively from the 4 incidents, or what information they know from the 4 incidents. So what information has the Royal Guard here gathered from the 4 incidents that have occurred? Just out of curiosity, so we may be able to fill in your information, or you could fill in some gaps that we may have.
The information that we gave Lord Leolis is essentially what we found regarding all the information you have up to this point. The only other thing, I guess, is that each there doesn't really seem to be much connection between any of them, with the exception of the person that died the first night being the father of the person that died the third night.
Right.
With the exception of that, though, nothing. It doesn't seem connected in any way. So it's really, really odd.
So I would like to clear up the reason why we're assuming it's a Brooks as well. So apparently, from what I have gathered myself, not knowing this individual, this person wields a rapier that's much like a long sword that's been cut in half.
Yeah, I've seen Brooks fight.
Okay, yeah. And people, the individual that I talked to about it said that it's quite an odd sword. Additionally, with that, and looking at the actual wounds on the individuals, there is a chance that something along that line could have done it. And if that sword is anything special, there's a chance that Brooks may be using the sword to pull the magic out of these individuals.
That's really interesting. I suggest you speak to Brooks in the morning, then go to the Coliseum. Because we haven't.
Just out of curiosity, is there a residence in town that they stay at?
No, she actually she and many of the other gladiators stay at the Colosseum. There's an inn connected to it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for that information.
Yeah, no problem.
Be safe tonight, just in case. Who knows?
Yeah, praise Kermie. Yeah, it's
Praise Kermie.
Praise Electra.
Shut the fuck up.
So I know. Is there
character, by the way?
Is there anything else you guys want to do? I know, Kevin, you said you want to go talk to that rooster
Yeah,
before
I did.
the night ends.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess explain to your friends what's going on.
All right, so I don't know. I'm not with Bartha and Olympia, I presume, right? So, because we're still probably
I'd
separated?
say yeah. So
if
I
that's
guess
the
you
case,
guys.
so I'm just gonna use it as a cloak, all right? So, all right, I'm just gonna simply say like, all right, guys, I think that the patrolling is pretty much over. We didn't really find anything, but I actually do have a sort of super important meeting that I gotta meet. It's like somebody really important that could probably give me a little bit more information about the murders that had happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with them, and I'll let you guys know later. All right?
Are you sure you wouldn't like any assistance?
No, because
maybe they could be the target as well.
I
wouldn't
promised.
want you to get attacked.
No, you're right, but I promised I would meet with them 1-to-1. So don't.
It's good to travel in pairs.
At least in
Who
pairs.
said that?
Oh, very true. Did I even say that? Or
going it alone, that's very dangerous.
You're right, but no, this is something that I think I would actually have to do myself, because I did promise them for this once at least.
Kevin, I hate that you're doing this.
Trust me, I will be able to handle this quickly. It won't take probably more than 10 minutes, alright? I will be back.
Well, good.
At least tell us the area you're going to be in. That way we know where to go if you're missing.
Roll deception.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone, go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
Dave?
Well, Joe already.
I don't know, man. Do you want to?
Wisdom save or wisdom check?
Yeah.
I mean, wisdom. Other one. Just do a wisdom save.
Wow, this
wow.
is pretty rough.
Right on it.
So I guess Mimpy is the only one that's going to be able to recognize that Kevin is deceiving. Actually, I'm gonna no. Actually, Kevin, the only person you're able to deceive is Joe.
Oof.
Traven has a +2 for his modifier.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Is nobody else going to say anything? Am I the only voice of reason between all four of us?
So Alice is gonna be like, basically because right now we are in pairs. We're not grouped back up again, are we?
No,
Correct.
We're not yet.
That's why he's doing it to the cloak.
So right now, Alice tug on Rail a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
I think there's attention.
Yeah, what's up there, Alice?
And then she's gonna do a thumbs up for it, but she's gonna point and be she's gonna do the thing. She's gonna basically have her two fingers and then trace her eyes back to yours countless times. To kind of let you know that she is aware of what you're doing right now.
Okay.
But because she's aware of that, right now she's going to also have something appear right back. It's going to be coming down right above you, so you can't freak out about it. I mean, literally what you end up seeing is this little floating eye. And Alice is going to take that eye, and then does Rail have the cloak and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So Alice is then going to take the eye and position it right underneath where you're inside your cloak and everything like that. so that way she has a slight visage of where you are and what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
And then she's gonna pat the clock. And then she's gonna give you a thumbs up.
All right. I guess I can't get anything beyond you, Alice, but all right, fine. But
Alice smiles.
you speak nothing of this, of what you're about to see, all right?
Alice does thumbs up because she's not saying anything to the cloak.
Well, I'm not speaking to the cloak, at least.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
if you not
Is the channel not open right now? Because that's kind of how I assumed it.
I mean, I would
Be
imagine
open.
you have to like
Have-
pull the cloak
it's
up and
kind of
whisper
like
to
a
it,
secret, like a secret service sort of deal. You got to hit a button.
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah, like grab the cloak.
So if someone is like next to us and they hit the button, doesn't that pick it up?
I don't know
If
how it
you were
works,
to
though.
hit the button, yeah.
Oh, I guess then, yeah.
The wearer of the cloak decides when it's activated, and how that's activated is up to the wearer of the cloak. So if one of you wants to be a Secret Service agent and press a button, then that's fine. If one of you wants to be able to just do it telepathically, no,
Can we choose who we tell?
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not like a collective channel. Like you can make it a collective
Not like a
channel,
hot mic.
but you can direct it to one or two specific people if you wanted.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'll let Rail go do his thing, and then Alice will lift up her cloak, and she'll then let Bourbon and I just said Bourbon. There we go. Finally got that out. Barthon and Mimpy, because Mimpy also is aware. This is just she doesn't know that Mimpy knows that Rail's on. She's just saying this without that knowledge, and she directs the channel to those two, which Rail's now out of talking distance, I want to assume, right?
Well, out of like actual physical vocal distance, yeah. I'm heading there right now, so yeah.
Alice is going to pick up her cloak. She's going to direct the message to Mimpy and to
I thought
Barthon and be like, don't
I
worry,
trusted
guys.
you. You've been missing it so much today.
Why, for
I'm
the
kidding.
message? I don't understand.
uh,
I'm really directing it to you.
poor Alice. Okay.
Actually, you know what? Alice won't.
I mean, you can fuck me over if you really want.
It's not fucking you over.
It's not fucking you over. It's just making
No.
the whole party aware.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, like fucking me over, like find something you can make fun of me for later for a while or something like that, you know?
Actually,
See, I want this bullshit so that you quit calling me fucking Bar.
I can easily call. I have no shame, man. I can keep calling you Bar.
Exactly.
Alice
I
is
thought-
actually, she's not going to do it. She's going to let Rail do it. But she's keeping the eye with her.
So you're not gonna let me do this alone, is what you're saying, right?
I'm letting you do it alone, just
Oh.
the eyes will be there.
Okay, yeah, the eye can be fine. I gave you the consensus. I
Could
don't.
be inside your cloak.
So okay, let's take over for Kevin. Kevin, you begin making your way towards the Henry.
Sure, if I can even
Um,
succeed at this, yeah.
So you make your way there. It's dark. You know, it's at this point about 10:30. So
can I roll
like-
perception to like see if like I hear anything around or like see anyone by chance in the dark?
Yeah,
I
go
know
ahead.
it's dark, but like
Yeah, are you still? I assume you're outside.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's nobody around. You do hear like the clucking of the various chickens and hens, a little bit more subdued than earlier, since
Jeez,
they're probably sleeping.
They're nocturnal AF. Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I would go ahead and actually roll stealth, of course. Why not?
Oof. Okay, you're pretty fucking stealthy.
All right, walking in there carefully and looking around to find the pen that the rooster was in.
So the rooster's in that giant collective pen.
Okay. Do I see it by chance, or do you want me
yeah,
to roll
so-
perception again?
Looking out, you see that like a lot of the some of the chickens and stuff like that are like sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a rooster that's kind of standing in the middle of the courtyard, and surrounding the rooster is a bunch of different chickens, hens, and other roosters.
This is gonna be fun.
And the rooster in the middle says, "Oh, child of darkness, how you have led me astray." He's just kind of like
randomly saying.
rambling.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. So, do I have... All right, so from where I am outside of the pen, how far is the rooster?
I mean, you're kind of like in the middle of the room. The rooster is probably a good 40 feet away.
30 feet away. And it's like I'm between me and it. There's basically a bunch of chickens and the.
Well, are you actually entering the pen?
No. I have something else to do with that.
Okay. I mean, since you're outside the pen, the edge of the pen is like 30 feet away from where the rooster is.
Oh, okay. That sounds good, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some rope.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Boy.
I'm gonna let the hand take the rope and have it loop around the rooster.
Like, okay.
So I can drag it towards me, I guess.
So you're gonna do that. The rooster is gonna say, "Oh, it comes for me next."
What the fuck?
And the rooster like frantically like begins flapping. He's gonna make a strength save.
Okay.
He begins flapping and then he stops just immediately and
he got
says,
even more tangled.
Yeah. And he says, "Oh, Jenny."
Oh, poor Jenny. All right, nope, gonna keep pulling.
So you pull him. You pull him to like the edge of the pen.
Yeah, and I guess up and over if I could, and like.
Sorry, the fence is literally like the back wall entire. Like it's an actual wall. Like there's a door to go out there, but you won't be able to like you could fit the rope in. But you can't fit the rope and the chicken out.
I'm really confused as to like how this is actually. Is like the fence like from the floor to the ceiling or something, or like?
Yeah, it's a fenced wall.
What the fuck is it? Okay.
And like fit the rope in, and your mage hand can carry it through.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need to take it out anyways. All right. So this is gonna be great. Speak, Rooster. Do you know anything about the murders you have witnessed these past few days?
Oh, bloodied cloak, see what you have wrought. And the rooster kind of like looks back towards the middle of the pen.
Mm-hmm.
And then like looks up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I proceed to look up there as well.
You see a body hanging.
Woo.
Oh, dear God.
Oh,
Instead of a
no.
rope, it's a red cloak. And it looks like there's a piece of paper attached to like the foot of the body, like a small scroll.
Okay. Can I? All right. Oh, I'm gonna be just like, shit. All right. So, can I roll? Can I scan the body with Arcana or something like that? See if there's magic involved in that or something.
Yeah.
I know I'm like out of it, but like at least something, you know.
You get the same feeling that you got on when you were observing the first
bodies. Can I? I don't know. Can I really make out any details from where I am on it?
Yeah, the person in question looks very familiar.
If you're gonna say it's probably Jenny, that's gonna be very disappointing, Dill. I mean, nothing for it, but like that's gonna be a little sad. But can I distinguish if it's a male or female at least?
Female.
All right, yeah, I figured. All right, never mind. All right, I don't think the rooster's gonna help me here anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and whisper in the cloak. Hey guys.
Well, before you do that, are you going to like take the scroll, or you like? Because there's that scroll attached to the foot.
That is right. How far is it? I mean, I might as well try.
You can use Mage Hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, sure. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna open it yet. I'm gonna.
Okay, you take it. I'm
gonna.
And the rooster, real fast, says, "Oh, bloodied cloak. It moves ever so swift." And he just kind of like nods like vacantly.
What the hell?
And then like looks back towards you and says, "You cannot fight. You can
Only run, you say.
only hide.
Only hide.
Beware the Watcher of the Night."
Well, I thank you for the warning, Rooster.
Yes. Oh, Jenny.
Shit. All right. So I'm gonna open the. I'm gonna
Did he
take my
say
cloak.
he knew where the murderer was?
Did he say where he knew where the murderer was? You said.
He said he could help you find the murderer initially when you were having a conversation.
I don't know. But I was like
He's a
intrigued.
chicken.
Yeah, like you would have doubt with it, wouldn't you, at first? And you're just like, I'll come back for it.
I don't know.
Oh my God, Traven.
I don't know.
All right, Traven. Do you want
any information?
Do you want to rewind back time and let's do that?
No.
You could talk to the chicken right now, Rooster.
Well,
you can talk to him right now. That's how that works.
Well, sure. All right. Rooster, do you happen to know what killed Jenny?
Yes.
So quiet.
The Watcher of the Night.
Watcher of the Night. Do you know where this Watcher of the Night resides?
Do I know? The one who, in the darkest of night, still appears darker.
Are we talking about Batman at this point? Is fucking Batman in here?
No.
Do you see him in the daytime?
No.
Only at night.
His true form only appears deep in the darkness. For he is the Night Watcher. Watcher of the Night.
He looks like.
Okay, well, I don't know what else I could really ask, but then...
Beware. 3 days. 72 hours. For on the day of fate, all shall end.
I'm amazed how my character is even going to try and take this seriously, but like...
3 days from now is the day of Kermie, for reference.
So you are a Cookie Monster affiliate.
That's why earlier when Joe was... when the guy asked Joe how many how many victims it was, he was going to provide information, but I'm just providing that now.
Okay. All right, I got that then. All right, at this point, I'm still gonna go ahead and contact everyone else because, like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was already kind of making over because she saw the button.
Yeah, but the other two are not, so I'm just gonna do it anyways. I don't know you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Alice.
Yeah. So, guys, I met with the important person, but there's a body here now. I kind of need you here, get over here. It's at the Henry.
Like, Alice is gonna talk in the cloak and be like, "They're dead. You're supposed to talk."
Nobody heard that.
You immediately cut out for saying that.
So Alice is gonna say, "Why is there a dead body? You were just going to talk to someone."
Yeah, I don't know. I apparently showed up here, didn't see it until the person told me to look up, and there it was. And I found a scroll hanging from with it as well, with a red cloak on him.
That's disturbing.
Well,
okay.
that's not good.
That is not good. So I do need you guys to come over here and
I'm on my way.
help me to take a look around.
All right, I'm on my way.
Okay.
I'll drag Mimpy with me.
Let's go.
Mimpy's bedtime. He's getting sleepy.
I
Yeah,
go to sleep an hour and a half ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're about to finish up. Do you want to read the note now, or do you want to save it for next session?
Yeah, let me read it now, and then we'll probably read it again next time. But like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read it now. What does it say?
So it's a small note. The first there's like little music notes around the first like sentence. Says little cloak of red, dost thou wish now to be dead? And then underneath of it says, hello. I'm really excited that we get to make each other's acquaintance. And I hope you're ready for the fun. And then it's signed just a heart, an eye, and a star.
Like an EYEI or an
EYEI.
So, could I roll to like see if I actually have seen those symbols somewhere before, like that signature somewhere around here? What would I roll if I could do that?
I'm just gonna tell you haven't.
Okay. Well.
But you recognize that the eye and the star basically means
They obviously mean
Watcher
communism.
of Night.
Watch your sight.
Watcher of Night.
Oh, Watcher. Oh, okay.
That was Watcher of Jewelry.
So that's where we're gonna end the session.
Okay. Well, there we go, guys.